Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Salute. Midnight Conversations. We back in this BIH. We back, man. We couldn't do nothing last week. We couldn't do nothing last week because of the hurricane. That hurricane came through, man. It was kind of, you know what I mean? It was making it do what it do down here in Florida. Matter of fact, let me put my blaze on, man. It's kind of nippy in here, man. Put my blaze on. It was kind of, you know what I mean? It was kind of nippy, man. Not nippy, but I'm saying that wind, the way that wind was blowing and stuff like that, man, it was a couple of trees got knocked down in my neighborhood, but you know how that is, man. It is what it is, man. Hey, man, I'm riding through the city. Shout out to my sister Arlette, knocked down 305 with the late read, old dirty box, and what's going on. Listen, Jamario, what's happening, bro? I'm riding through the city, right? I'm riding through my old neighborhood. Now, I'm from a neighborhood called West Tampa, right? Matter of fact, they call it, West Tampa, Florida, right? West Tampa is the main city. It's like the main neighborhood in Tampa. It's that spot, West Tampa, right? It's one of the, in every major city, you're gonna have like the main neighborhoods that's a part of the city. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Like in Tampa, the main cities, the main neighborhoods that's the cornerstone of the city would be West Tampa, Tampa Heights, Tampa, West Tampa, Tampa Heights, Tampa Park, Seminole Heights, and it's another neighborhood, right? But they gentrified my neighborhood, my old neighborhood. It was a housing project. It was huge. They gentrified. I mean, it's not huge like the ones in New York, but they gentrified it, right? They tore down the projects, and I remember when they tore the projects down. A lot of people felt some type of way about it. Oh man, people have emotional attachment to the project. It's where you grew up at. We grew up there, right? But I realized when I went to studying, like the purposes of housing projects and stuff like that, right? Just some of the things, right? Like when people who are poor and they live in a certain neighborhood, a certain area because they're poor. But if you're living in the projects are similar to like welfare and stuff like that. It's not meant for you to be there forever. You see what I'm saying? It's meant for you. Hey, man, this is where you're living at now, but it's not meant for, hey, I knew generations of people who lived in the projects. You know what I mean? Like literally generations. Like it was meant, hey, that's where you start out at, and then you work to evolve to, to do better and stuff like that. But some people, because it's cheap and affordable, this way they wanted to be at Shangling at for years. So I know mothers, I have daughters or sons, and then the mothers will get like 50 something years old or whatever, and then their children are grown as well, and then they're still in the projects. Then they have kids, like their children may be like 20 some 30 years old, 30 some years old, and they have kids and they're still there and stuff like that. So crime was up in my own neighborhood as well, as pretty much any city, but everybody was hurt when they was tearing down the projects. They gave everybody eviction notices and they moved everybody throughout the city part of Tampa. They moved everybody throughout the city. They did the same thing in Miami. I lived in Miami for 20 years. They did the same thing down there in Miami, in Liberty City and stuff like that. A lot of people who I know, like local activists, was saying that, hey man, and I see online a lot of people. Some people feel that, hey man, gentrification is racism, and it's racist. It's racist what they do when they move us around and yada 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 and blah blah squaze. There was this barber shop I used to go to called Foster's Barbershop. My old barber, Foster, right? Foster, shout out to Lisa Bales in the building. Shout out to Arlette. Shout out to L. Harvey. Foster used to tell us, and all of us used to sell dope growing up, right? I mean, this is like the 90s, 80s and the 90s. But specifically in the 90s, Foster used to cut my hair, right? Foster, all the dope boys come by Foster's Barbershop, right down Main Street, right down Main Street, right next to this bar called the Station Bar. Foster used to be like, look here, man, young blood, y'all need to go take some of that dope money y'all got and buy y'all some land. I'm telling you, listen, because Foster used to go downtown to like the city hall meetings and stuff like that. And most people in the community, they don't go to stuff like that. They don't go to hear the meetings and that the people in the city hall are talking about how they want to, developers want to come in and revitalize the area because the people who are living in the area are not doing anything with it, right? He used to tell us, man, buy you some land, man. These people finna come through here. They're gonna knock down these housing projects, man. And people gonna be trying to sell their houses around the projects. You need to hold on to it. Buy some land, buy land in your neighborhood. Man, you had dope boys used to come out of the barbershop. These dudes had $300,000. A lot of these guys was playing with money. I never had money like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did my thing, but I wasn't on that level. And for me to say that, I'd be lying. I had like, $50,000, $50,000 or $60,000, and I used to play with that. But I'm saying what those what big dope boys have, I didn't have many of that. I'm not even gonna lie. These dudes had it though. And they had the plug down in Miami, dealing with the Oyes in Miami. We used to call Colombians Oyes back then and stuff like that. Anyway, make a long story short, Foster has passed away. Foster has passed away. And they came through and did exactly what he said they was going to do. They did it like maybe 20 years later. He used to tell us this back in 93, 94. 20 years went by. By the time 2014 came, they was tearing the projects down or letting everybody know they had to go. Letting everybody know they had to go, leave, yada, yada, yada. And then they eventually tore them down and they gentrified it. Now there are condominiums there now. I see a lot of white people walking down the street. And it's so funny to me because I'm like, now they still, further down the street, a lot of the older black people still live, like some of the guys be hanging out at the liquor store, at the corner store, talking and stuff, hanging out. They used to live in those projects, but now there are condominiums there. There are condos there. And you see white people jogging down the sidewalk, and it's strange because I'm like, damn, dog, what if you would have never saw this, when the projects is here, because they probably would have got robbed or whatever, because, a lot of that was going on with each other. A lot of black on black crime and stuff like that in the community was going on. And I'm like, man, these people really don't know how bad this area was at one point in time. And they're just walking around like, like it's nothing. And they revitalized my entire neighborhood. And it still has some of the oldness with the newness and stuff like that. And they're not finished though. They're not finished. And so some of the people in the neighborhood was like, man, this racist what they doing and yada, yada, yada. And I didn't, maybe a few years ago, I would have looked at it that way. But now when I sit back and think about it, I'm like, man, Foster was telling us, my barber was telling us, man, we need to buy some land in this area. This is what they're going to do. If we don't start buying the land in the area and start doing things with the property to help bring the property value up, what's going to happen, people are going to come through and those projects was built in the 1940s, if I'm not mistaken. 40s or 50s. I think more so the 50s. And they got like 60 years out of them or something like that, 60 years plus or whatever. And 60 years plus. And that's it, right? We didn't listen to them. That's one neighborhood. Another neighborhood is not gentrified, but the Mexicans that live in my city, I moved to another neighborhood called North Tampa, which is the Cross Fletcher area, University of South Florida area, USF. And used to be all white people over there. And then we started moving over there. Black people started moving over there. And then the crack hit that area. Once crack hit that area, all the white people moved out. Quite a few of them was on crack and stuff like that. But all of them moved out, right? The crack hit everybody. Blacks, whites, it hit everybody, right? When they moved out, the property value went down. You know what I mean? I'm saying because of the crime. This area was so full of crime. And I went through there not too long ago. It still looked kind of gloomy. But this what happened. The Mexicans in Tampa used to be in a city neighborhood called a city called Wild Mama, right? But they moved out to North Tampa, where my other neighborhood was at, and they bought up all of the property. The stores went from English stores to Spanish stores. I'm not making this up. Hispanic stores. The black people in that area were complaining, oh man, they buying up everything, man. Oh man, it's messed up. This our store, and they changed the name of this and that, yada, 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 yada. But my thing is, we had the very same opportunity, the guys who was in the streets, to do that exact same thing. We didn't have vision, right? And so the question I want to ask Arlette is this: is if you live in a neighborhood where the people are not doing so much to the area, and let's say it's a high crime rate, I have a list of cities right here. Sorry about that. That gentrification is really hit hard. And some people it's a mixed bag about it. I've been doing some research on it, and I've been looking at this for the past couple of weeks, and there's a mixed bag. You have some people who couldn't walk down the street anymore after they gentrified the area. Now it's safer, and they got other businesses there and stuff like that. And they like, I can walk down the street now. But the thing is, when they gentrify, the property value goes back up. Crazy part about it is this: when you're living in these inner cities, and I advise anybody, if you live in the city, get the hell out of the cities. The cities, the crime rate in all of these cities are off the chain. The policies of those local politicians, especially in New York and California and stuff like that, you guys voted for it, you got what you're voting for. You got what you voted for. So, you keeping those same officials in there, fine. It is what it is. And I'm not knocking anyone. I'm just saying that it is what it is, right? It is what it is. You can't, you got to call. I call it the way I see it. Lisa, what you say? You say Newark is gentrified as well? Okay. Shout out to Knockdown 305. What you say, bro? You say he ain't lying. They knocked down the Scott projects where I grew up at. Oh yeah, they did knock down the Scotts. Yeah, they knocked down the Scotts, and they put up they put up some is it some like condos over there? Is it like low income like condos or whatever? You get what I'm saying? Is it like some low? I'm trying to think, man. I saw it's some apartments over there now. Lisa say New York is so expensive to live. They're making condos everywhere in Jersey, close to the train. Yeah, exactly. So anywhere there's a skyline. If you go in any city, right? If you go in your townhouses, good looking at I couldn't think of the name. I couldn't think of townhouses to save my life. But anywhere there's a skyline in any city you go in, anywhere there's a skyline, they're gentrifying those areas. Anywhere there's a skyline in the city. So what happened was this is what's going on. So when there's a lot of crime in the inner city, this is what happens. The property value goes down. And of course, you're going to have high murder rates and stuff like that. Like, it's like, bruh. And I look at all of the cities that came with the defund the police movement. Minneapolis, I got some stats right here. Minneapolis, they have 17, and this is as of 2020. I'm still waiting on 2020, 2021. 17.4% of that city has been gentrified. And Minneapolis is where they had a lot of the riots at and stuff like that. Burnt it down. And that was so crazy to me about a lot of stuff that was going on over the years. I'm like, bro, you do know when you go down in your neighborhood and you burn your city down and you allow groups like Antifa to come to your communities and you join on with them and you burn your city down, what you think is going to happen, sir? That CVS store, I remember seeing that CVS store that mom and them used to go to get her medication because she got diabetes and high blood pressure. You just burnt the store down. And the crazy part about it is after you burnt it down, you're begging the very same people, your government, to help you because you burnt your city down. So that's another story for another day. That makes too much sense. But I trust me, I get it. That makes too much sense for me, but a lot of, everybody's sense ain't so common. So, like me now, I don't live in the inner city. I live out of the city. I don't live in the inner city. And I don't, me personally, I don't want to have anything to do with the cities at all. I like living on the outskirts. I would like to be able to have access to it so I can go to it whenever I want to. I have family that still live in the city. I have family that still live in West Tampa and stuff like that. I have family live in Miami Gardens, stuff like that. And they're slowly doing it to Miami Gardens as well with the stadium, with They got the Hard Rock Stadium now. It used to be called the Joe Robbins Stadium, but they tore Joe Robbins Stadium down. Where the Dolphins play at. That street right there, but they got a tennis court over there now, where professional tennis players can come play at. It's like, bro, like it's amazing how they have like the hood and the gentrified area like together. Like if you're in this one section, it looks beautiful. It looks great. As soon as you leave that one section and may go to the next block or 2 blocks over, it reminds you, oh man, it's the hood over here. It's amazing how they have it mixed. But you get what I'm saying though. It's amazing, bro. We didn't buy the property. And I think about this every day. You say Atlanta has gentrified a lot over the years. Yeah, and they're going to gentrify a lot. They're going to gentrify more, especially where they have a lot of crime at. Where they have a lot of crime at, Arlette says, my apartment is $3,700 a month for my 2 bedrooms. Oh, that's crazy. $3,700 a month for 2 bedrooms? Wow. Woo-wee! Ain't never got to worry about me living in New York. No, sir. I don't want to have nothing to do with New York, boy. I wouldn't be in the city anyways. You said great content, coach. Listening in while I'm working out. It's definitely going on in Atlanta. But thank God I'm able to afford staying on the outskirts. Yeah. Absolutely. Knocked down. What you say, Fab? You say they cleaned up everything around the stadium for sure. Yeah, absolutely. They did, bro. They did. I say, damn, I see white people. Hey, we see white people walking around. Oh shit, white people walking around over here. And then you start to feel safe a little bit. Oh, okay, yeah, because I remember like you had your car parked over there. Somebody gonna break your window and stuff like that. Yada yada yada. But you get what I'm saying though. Like again, we didn't buy none of the property in the area. That man used to preach that to us, right? What eventually happened, all of the guys used to come through there. Everybody ended up going to prison later on down the line, catching cases. Some of these dudes were really, really hood rich. These dudes had like $300,000. They had money like that. They was getting birds, and I was never on that level. Doing this and doing that, and had all hood rich, had all the dually trucks. Cadillacs, when they go to the club, they got all of the dope boys, got all the dope girls, who was real known and popping in the projects, they was able to get them in the club, and the girls knew who they were, and they knew who the dudes is, and just stuff like that, right? What eventually happened, all those dudes end up getting knocked off, going to prison. A lot of them end up going broke. Some of them end up working for the feds. Getting on the test, getting on the stand, testifying, trying to get their time cut. That's what happened. But a lot of the females, they ended up taking some of that money and they ended up starting beauty salons. They started beauty salons, getting their own hair salons and stuff like that. And quite a few of some of them still have them right now today. Some of them don't. But man, we didn't buy the property, bro. We didn't buy the property. Man, Foster, my barber, RIP to Foster, he dead and gone, right? But I still think about what he said. I'm like, he used to be stressing to us. Man, I go down to these city hall meetings. I'm telling you what these folks fixing to get ready to do. They finna tear down these projects. And we wasn't paying them any attention really. You need to buy this stuff up. Foster was an old barber, right? Old school barber, but he was old. And he used to have a knot full of money like this. All 20s and 50s and 100s. Like he kept a pocket. He was one of them old dudes, kept a pocket full of money. He said, pay attention. Stadiums always close to the hood, land cheap. Yeah. So what happens? This what happens. When the property value goes down and the crime is high, like this was going on in Chicago right now too. What's going on in Chicago? Those what are those projects called? Not the Cabrini Green. We know we know they tore that down. But where O Block at? Violence, killing, murder, killing, murder, right? Now they're gonna tear those projects down. They're gonna tear them down. Some people say, oh man, people on the outside looking in, oh, that's racism. Look at what they're doing to the black folks over there in these neighborhoods. And this what these like a lot of these white liberal representatives like AOC or somebody like her, right? she doesn't, she, even though she was a bartender, but she doesn't live in these areas anymore because now she's in Congress. So the way they play the race hustle, the way they play the race hustle is this. Now we're going to bring the racial element into it. Oh, this is so wrong what they're doing to the poor people over there. Oh, this is so wrong. The people in the black community, this is racism. And this is yada, 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 right? So, but she doesn't live over there. Now she's in Congress. She's living well in D.C., right? And we don't even want to talk about D.C. D.C. is a motherfucker too. We don't even talk about D.C. D.C. is something else as well. They got tent cities around D.C., not too far from the White House. But this is what they do. This is what they do, right? What they do is they'll pander to you to get your votes. The people who are telling you that you should defund the police, this is messed up, what's going on, all that stuff sound good, but they don't live in your communities. These people are going to have their own private securities. They're not living in your neighborhoods. You're not the one that's going to have to go through the crime and stuff that's going through there, right? And when I look at gentrification, I'm like, well, if you got an area that's so off the chain, like I don't think that no one, if you're on the outside looking in, and maybe even the people that's living there, like O Block in Chicago, I don't think that no one would complain that that place need to be gentrified. I mean, they got a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old just got murdered not too long ago over there, in the Chi around O Block. It's unsafe for the elderly, unsafe for the children. It's unsafe just over there. Now, when they gentrify these areas, those citizens that live in those areas, they're going to be dispersed throughout other parts of the city, right? And then the same problems that it was having in this one concentrated area that's being gentrified, when they scatter those people out to different parts of the city, they're gonna bring those problems to those other neighborhoods. Now, the developers are gonna come tear everything down. Property value is low. They was able to get it for the cheap. And then they're gonna build it up. And then the people who lived on the outskirts, who may work downtown or whatever the case may be, they're going to move in because they beautified the area. You get what I'm saying? And we had an opportunity to buy that property in my neighborhood, in 2 neighborhoods I was in. We didn't buy the property. So if we didn't buy the property, and guess what? It was for sale. I'm not saying we could have bought the whole housing projects, but I'm saying everything else around it. We had the money to buy it. We didn't buy it. Racism didn't stop me from buying it. Racism didn't stop these other dudes from buying it neither. We just didn't see the vision. And then the developers came in and made it do what it do, man. And god damn, bro. It's been, you know what I mean? I wonder if they're doing this all over the world with gentrification. You get what I'm saying? Because if it's, bro, people getting killed and it's messed up, some of these areas need to be gentrified. As a matter of fact, Jamario, in New York, for what I'm seeing, we know they gentrified Harlem. But they did that probably when Bill Clinton was president. When Bill Clinton was president, I remember that. 20% of New York City as of 2020. I don't know what it is now. Of course, they won't tabulate that until the end of the year, or maybe the beginning of next year. As of 2021, sorry about that. 21% of it, 20% of New York City has been gentrified, right? Atlanta, like the brother said, Miami, as a matter of fact, Miami, 21% of Miami has been gentrified. And they're not finished. Again, all in the major cities where they have a skyline, they're gentrifying everywhere, over there. And the higher the crime rate, the better. Oh man, it's terrible over here. Feces all on the ground, gun violence everywhere. The people are crying out, everything getting burnt down. It's not safe. They get mad. They'll riot, burn their own cities down. So let us come on through And I saw the old trick bag. I remember when Trump was president, right? President Trump was president, right? And I remember there was a lot of rioting going on in different cities, Antifa and BLM. And these groups was being funded by George Soros. So these groups that were being funded by George Soros, they was busting them in from different cities and stuff like that. They'll bust them in. They had bricks. They had bricks set up in certain areas in the city where the marching was going to go at, because they knew they had provocateurs that were within. They had provocateurs that were within these groups, and they would take bricks, bust police windows out, do this and do that. And you got to understand how the game works with the professional provocateurs. Like these professional, they train for this stuff, right? This what was going on in like Minneapolis, Ferguson, just different in Atlanta. This is going on everywhere, right? And then of course, once Joe Biden got elected, it just stopped. It just stopped, right? Interesting. Now, all of those spots that where the crime was high at, and we're gonna burn the cities down and stuff like that. I said, man, these people don't trick y'all. These people don't trick y'all, man. You burning your cities down for racial justice. You have politicians financing your destruction in your communities. You have outside forces, outside influences like the Soros and stuff like that, that's funding BLM and Antifa to come into your communities, disrupt. Of course, there's issues there, but we're gonna come and we're gonna protest and we're gonna ride for the people. Now, they don't do that anymore because Trump ain't president no more. They don't do that anymore, right? That's how you know one political party was controlling all of this, right? I know this for a fact, so I'm not here to debate it. But now, I said, oh, these motherfuckers, I say, boy, they tricking these motherfuckers. They tricking them good. And they like to target the youth because they know the youth really don't know no better. The youth really don't know no better, right? The youth really don't know no better. So we're gonna get Antifa, these white suburban kids that's coming from their suburbia. They're gonna come into your community. Quite a few of them are trained, not all of them, but the leaders in it are trained because they do this for a living. They'll go from city to city, and this is what they do, right? And this goes on around the world. And America does this to other countries. They call it the color revolution. So America went through kind of like a color revolution here in the United States to a degree. And this what was going on a few years back. Now, all of a sudden, it just stopped. The same issues, the same racism, the same crime, police shootings, whatever, all of that is still going on. The only thing changed was the politics. Once the politics changed, when the political party changed, then now, hey, okay, you guys, y'all chill on out now. And that's what's been going on. Then they're going to come through your communities. Hey, shout out to Carmen Serene. Shout out to Carmen Serene. Then they're going to come to your communities and buy it up and move your ass out the way. That's what they do. That's what they do. And they do this all over the world. They do this all over. Like when you see these big, strong, powerful movements in other countries, where people rising up in different organizations, a lot of that stuff is CIA. I'm talking about America does this everywhere. America disrupts other people's countries. But what happened was they started doing it to their own country. So what you're seeing going on around in America, all of these major cities, right? It's a cesspool. When you go to Los Angeles, and I just talked to my cousin that lives in South Central. Like, bro, it ain't even like you go to Los Angeles, boy. You better have a tour guide. You better know exactly where you're supposed to be, where you're gonna go at when you go to Los Angeles. I've never been to New York City, but from what I've been hearing, New York City is off the chain. Gun violence has went up like they said, what, 500 or 600% in New York right now. right now. I don't know what the their governor, mayor, or the president of the United States is going to do about that. But hey, man, this was going on. What did you say? You say Iran, Haiti, Bolivia, etc. Yes, sir. 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 You hit the nail right on the head, fam. Hit the nail right on the head. Them doggone hey, this what they do, bro. This what they do. So you know what is it called? It's called problem reaction solution. When they create a problem, right? Or there's a problem, and then the reaction is the people are going to cry out. We need help. And they let this problem persist for like years. 20, 25 years, 30 years, 40 years. The end game is always to say, you know what? We want this property back. These people are not buying anything in it. And this is government housing funding and stuff like that. We're going to come through and tear it down, move everybody, scatter them out in different areas throughout the city. And we want this property over here back. Now, the people could have bought the property. Just like I had an opportunity to buy the property in my neighborhood, right? And just like a lot of the Mexican brothers and sisters, they bought the properties, like they bought the store. Like my old neighborhood, Cross Fletcher in Tampa, man, there's a whole bunch of goddamn Mexicans over there now. Mexicans and blacks living together. But all of the stores are Hispanic stores now, for the most part. They have a strip mall now. I'm like, bro, they really had vision. They foresaw this stuff, right? And the people, there's a lot of people that's in these communities, they don't even know the local politics that's going on around them. That's shout out to Jamario. You say my fiance seen the play and start putting me up on game, and we got our family in the suburbs, coach. Okay, for real. Hey, that's good though. That's good. Yeah, like me, I live in the burbs. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, bro, you don't even see no paper on the ground around me. I live around Democrats, Republicans, blacks, whites, Hispanics, independents. It's not that many Asians over here. Like, all of us get along. All of us believe in the Second Amendment. We ain't on none of that. All that shit that's going on in New York and these other cities where it's just a free fall, that's fine. This community here, we ain't on none of that, bro. Because everybody got a whole lot to lose, and everybody in this community gonna do everything in their power to protect it. I have police officers live around me. I have FBI agents live around me. Just different law enforcement, military. A whole lot of military live around me. Lot of black people live in this neighborhood as well. A lot of black people. It's a good mixture. Blacks, Hispanics. Yeah, it's a good mix of blacks, whites, and Hispanics. Everybody living together, different, you know. Everybody have one thing in common. We just want to be safe. Don't fuck with me. We ain't gonna fuck with you. Everybody protect each other around here. If you need anything, you can go to your neighbor's house and hey man, talk to them. Like, we even have neighbors, they'll come to your house. Like we got a lot of people moved from California, live in Florida. We got a lot of people left New York, live in Florida right now. They're done. Okay, I got people I got a neighbor that moved down four houses down. No, four or five houses down. They from Bmore. They from Baltimore City, right? So it is what it is, and this is what's going on. So these people are coming through gentrifying. And my thing is this here. Where is the, if you feel, if like some people say that's racism, right? Where is the racism at if like somewhere like Chicago, somewhere like Baltimore City, somewhere like where the crime rate is, like some of these cities, they have the highest murder capital in the world. Like maybe Chicago, I think Baltimore's number 2 behind Chicago. New York is getting up there now. LA is getting up there now. They're in the top 5 or something like that, maybe the top 10. And these elected officials, they'll play race politics just to keep you from voting for them. They don't care nothing about you. And it seems like a lot of the people don't. They fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Like me, I'll go to the PTA meetings to see what's going on in school. Because you want to find out what's going on in school, like because we don't want that critical race theory shit being pushed on my kids. You know what I mean? I don't want no issue with the LGBT community, but I don't want no people. I don't want no drag queens coming to my community, coming to our school, teaching my kids, reading them books and stuff like that about transgender lifestyle and stuff like that, like they doing in New York and California and stuff like they can have all of that. I'm not trying to conform to any of that. I don't want to be associated with anyone that's conforming to that, right? I try to keep myself around people who we share the same values. You get what I'm saying? That's I try to keep myself around people where we share the same values. I wish like hell that I would have bought some property in my neighborhood. We wasn't blocked out of buying it. We could have bought the property. With no white man, no conspiracy, none of that. We could have bought that property. We didn't see it. We didn't see it. And my barber, Foster, he used to plead with us. I'm telling you, young man, this is what he say, young man, buy you some of this land. Buy this land. Like he owned the land where his barbershop was at, and he owned land throughout the city. And I think he had land in South Carolina and stuff like that. But that's all he used to talk about. All of the dope boys, we didn't buy no land. Let's say, Coach, you are very conservative. Yes, I am. Very conservative. Very conservative. And you are more than likely very liberal. I'm very conservative. I've always been conservative. Even when I was younger, I've always been conservative. You get what I'm saying? So I know a lot about politics. I understand that. Remember, my other channel was going to be about race, religion, and politics. Like me, I learned to look at policies, and this is how it works. This is how it works. This is how politicians work, right? Politicians are for sale. A politician would do whatever you pay him to do, right? Politicians are there to be controlled. What a lot of people in the inner city don't understand is this, and just poor people in general. You can vote all you want. You can vote all you want. But if you can't control the politician, if you don't have an agenda, the way you can say, look here, baby boy, check this out. I have a block of people in Harlem or in Brooklyn that's willing to vote for you. We have $100,000 that we have raised that we're willing to finance your campaign for. We're willing to finance your campaign. We'll get behind you. Form a lobbyist or whatever it is. Form a lobbyist, so to speak, right? And say, look here, let's say the mayor of Miami or the mayor of New York or the mayor of Atlanta. I got 100,000 people that I can convince to vote for you. We have some things that we have on our agenda. This is what lobbyists do. We want to get behind you and finance your campaign. But this is what we're going to need. Voting is about quid pro quo. You get something for something. I'm not going to vote for you because you're a Republican. I'm not going to vote for you because you're a Democrat. A lot of people do. They just vote for the party. You ain't even a part of the party. You still got a high crime in your neighborhoods. You still getting shot, killed, murdered. It's still messed up. You got your guy that you voted for. Guess what? Nothing has changed. Then you cry, complain, bitch, moan, and then the next cycle of voting cycle, you do it all over again. Definition of insanity. True, true, true. You don't see the Jews marching and protesting like people in the inner city do. You don't see the Asians marching and protesting. You don't even see them out in big voting blocks. Yeah, we got to go vote this and that because they understand something. We ain't got to do none of that. We're going to control the politician. Hey, look here, baby boy, check this out. I got 100 grand. I went to your dinner. These politicians have fundraisers, $10,000 a plate. Yeah. We're gonna pay $10,000 to come in and talk to the mayor of New York or the governor or the mayor of Atlanta. Look here, baby boy, we don't pay $10,000 a plate. Hey, listen, John, check this out. Let's say Arlette is a representative, right? Let's say Arlette is a local representative, a mayor in New York. She running for mayor in New York, right? She throwing a fundraiser $10,000 a plate. We pull up on Arlette. Arlette, check this out, baby girl. Check this out. I know you want to be mayor. Listen, I brought 25 people here. We paid $10,000 a plate here. You know what I mean? That's $250,000 you made tonight just from the 10 people that I brought here. You know, 25 people I brought here. We did that, right? Oh, I thank you so much. I thank you so much. Hey, listen, check this out, right? I have another thing that I want to do, right? We want to vote you. We want to support you and get you in office, but we have an agenda. Our agenda is not to march, protest, burn the city down, cry, bitch, moan. Oh man, you know they racist. They don't like us. And long we get the right politician in there that they know that represent our party, we good. Nigga, you ain't even invited to the party. The fools on the bottom don't understand that the both parties are on the same team. Both parties on the same team. So that's why you don't see Jews marching and protesting and Asians and other communities. They ain't doing that. You want to know why they ain't doing that? Because they control the politician. Look, we're going to put our money together. We're going to pool our resources together. We're going to form a voting block, and we're going to control the politician in order to get what we need done. We have an agenda. If your agenda is jelly screaming, burning the city down, bitching, complaining, and moaning, guess what? That's not a good agenda. Yeah, we're going to come through and buy your property up in your neighborhood. That's what they do. Some people are so brainwashed by the media, mainstream media. Remember, corporate media is the propaganda tool for the political party, for the political parties. So if you're listening to Fox all day or CNN all day or MSNBC all day, if that's your source of information, guess what? Your ass is being programmed. Your ass is being programmed. And when I talk to somebody, more than likely, when I talk to them and they're going to talking to me about politics, and I don't talk to a lot of people about politics. I don't listen. It ain't but two people I talk to about politics. Because most people I meet are just ignorant when it comes to politics. They don't know shit about it. All they know, Republicans racist, Democrats love black folks. I immediately walk off. Because I know this is a dumb nigga. I'm not even finna, yeah, whatever you say, nigga, and I'm gone. Other people who come, like, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. In Miami, there's a section in Miami that the Russians control. Not South Beach, but what's the man? Knock down. Or let's say, so where you getting your sources from? Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about all that? Yeah, you gotta do your research. I don't get. Oh, you talking about the mainstream media? Yeah, I don't get information from the mainstream media. There's a lot of different independent media outlets that I listen to. I listen to media from like different countries. Different countries is a good place to get information from. Independent journalists. There's a lot of independent journalists, blog sites. There's a lot of books that I read. Like I have stuff like what my brother named 1984. I have a lot of books that I read also about different authors about stuff that was going to happen that's going on today from like the 70s, from like the 80s, and studying different political parties. I have books on Marxism, Arlette. I have books on Marxism and a lot of stuff that Karl Marx was talking about. I studied the civil rights movement as well, the different political parties. And I'm like, how a lot of information, a lot of stuff got indoctrinated. I understand how the mainstream corporate media, like Fox, like CNN, MSNBC, NBC, ABC. Corporate media has been pretty much bought and controlled. You know, corporate media is the propaganda tool to pretty much your intelligence agencies, for the most part. So when I want to program the people to believe what I want them to believe, I propagandize them through my media outlets. I know these motherfuckers gonna be watching me every goddamn day, and then I know that I can convince them of what it is I want them to believe, because I've been feeding them that. And they start from here and it goes all the way down. And this is how it works. I would advise you, Arlette, to do some research on PSYOPs programs by the CIA. There's a couple of books I can refer you to. Do some research. I always tell people to do your own research. Most people don't read. So they get their information from Facebook. They get information from YouTube. They get information from Twitter. They get information from the local news station, whatever the case may be. They know people don't read. The people who study you and me, they do a lot of reading and studying, and they understand how this stuff goes. A person that's uneducated on the subject matter, you can talk, you can run through them all day. You can just fly stuff on them all day. Like, I've literally done so much studying and research over the years that I understood that, you know what, man? Shit. There's no difference between George Bush and Barack Obama. There's no difference between Barack Obama and Donald Trump, to a degree. There's no difference between Joe Biden and George Bush the first. How do I know? The policies. What were the policies? I know all of these guys are connected. I know all of them are related some way, form, or fashion. I mean, the average person who don't do research, they won't know this. And me personally, I don't even waste my time with those people. I advise you to get around like-minded individuals. If you have people who don't think like you, y'all don't share the same values, don't be around them. Let them be with the group that they want to be with. There's nothing wrong with that. But you be with the group that you want to be with. Birds of a feather flock together. Like, I understand this. Like, now, what I'm doing now in my city now, I got a couple of people now. I can't really get too much in detail to it, but I got a friend of mine. He's very, like, this dude here, like, when it comes to politics, when it comes to race stuff, like, I have a best friend, right? He's a Capricorn. This dude is smart as hell. He's very smart. He's very, very smart. I got another friend of mine. Her name is Sandy. I haven't talked to her in a while. Sandy, she's a hustler. Sandy does a lot in real estate. She's pretty much rich right now. Her husband, she's from Haiti. Her husband, Sam, he's from New Jersey. Sam is from New Jersey. Sandy is from, they're rich. Sam is a marketer. He has a high income skill. He makes maybe $200,000 a year or more, something like that. Sandy makes about the same thing. My homeboy, my best friend, this dude is, I'm not gonna lie, like, I really admire this guy. I mean, he's smarter than me. You know what I mean? And I consider myself a pretty sharp guy, but he's smarter than me. He just, in certain things, he's very, very sharp at. And me and him talk all the time. We haven't talked. Well, he called me today. I didn't talk to him today because I was doing the show today while I was on live. But me and him talk a lot. And me and him share some of the same views. We came up together in the nation, met him when I was 13 years old, and we've been down ever since 13 years old. And we evolved together. And we used to be on, like, the Marxist stuff. And remember I told you I was racist as hell, man. I was racist as hell. And I didn't know how yeah, I was real racist. I had a very, very, very liberal mindset at that time. Hated who I couldn't stand. To this day, man, I just say this. A lot of the views that I used to believe in. As time went on, as I started reading more, doing more research, and I love to read. Reading is my favorite hobby. My best friend, he reads more than me. He always called me, hey man, look, check this book out right here. Man, check this book out right there. He always having me to check books out and cross-reference a lot of stuff. Well, this guy is saying this is good, but this guy is saying that. Like we may have like 5 or 6 different books, cross-referencing information, looking at the footnotes in the book. Where did they get that information from? Like this, how you do a deep dive and do thorough research. The average person don't do that. The average person just know what's being pushed to them. How does this tie into gentrification, and is it racism and stuff like that? This how it ties. When you don't understand the game, you get played. When you don't understand the game, you get played. Most people that you meet are sheep. Most people in what is the suburbs or the inner city, most people are sheep, more than like. Most people are sheep, right? And the ruling class understands this. When you do research and you study people, you understand their patterns. I told you guys, we had midnight conversations one time. I say these phones, they're studying you through your phone. They can tell by how much you're on your phone. They're collecting information on you, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitter. Everybody's the phone is a part of our lives right now. They know, okay, Coach Malachi went to this website. He spent this much amount of time on it. Damn, okay. He's here all the time, so he must share, this is what he likes. This is how they know what to advertise and market to you. You ever been like watching a YouTube video or you on your checking your email and you see an advertisement pop up in your email, and you be like, God damn, I was just like something from Amazon. Damn, I was just looking at them shoes, and this ad just popped up, like this little flyer just popped up, and I was checking my emails. Like these people are literally studying you. Your phone is using you, and you don't even know it. True, true, true. Shout out to Cool Buck Curry. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Jay. What you say, fam? You say going through the footnotes is one of the most valuable research tools at your disposal. Absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. They know the average person. The average person don't, average person don't. Because you're working all the time. Ben Adamson ain't Bush and Obama's friends. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I got pictures with them together, hugging and smiling and everything. Absolutely. Absolutely. All of them was friends with Trump too. Trump was friends with them as well until he went against the grain, against the establishment. I remember rappers used to be talking about Trump. Trump was all in movies and talk shows and all of this stuff. Once he became president, he was racist, evil, white, yada, 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 yada. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Fuck it. Shout out to Cool Buck Curry. He said they can read your messages. Yes. See, these people study you. These people study you. They know your behaviors. They know your habits. They know, Sunny Isles. Hey, knock down 305. That's it. Sunny Isles on beach. Sunny Isles, Florida. Sunny Isles, Florida is controlled pretty much. I'm gonna tell you something. We did a party there in 2014, right? Sunny Isles has a huge Russian community. Sunny Isles has a real, like a real big Russian community, right? They do. The other groups who come to America, like the average American, a lot of the average American, no matter what race they are, black, white, don't matter, Hispanic, the average American don't understand the game. Politics is the exercise of what? Power. They don't understand the game. They don't. The people who I study now, the people who I have in my circle, and I ain't talking about boxing. I'm talking about the people who I'm building in my circle now is a very diverse group of people. Very diverse group of people. I have a series, my plan, and I can tell you my plan. My plan is I want to be able to have some type of control over political power, so to speak. The exercise of political power in my area. I'm not talking about on a big scale. I'm just talking about in my area that I live in. I want to be able to come to a local representative. Let's say it's someone in your city, they represent District 4, they're a local city representative. I want to be able to control that person. I want to be able to say, hey man, listen, man, there's some property that I want to buy. There's some a strip mall that I want to buy over here. I want to buy some of these properties. I have a group, kind of like a hedge fund group of investors. Remember I told you about Sam. Remember I told you about a friend named Sandy, my homeboy, my best friend, his name Jay, and other people that they may know. Like and all of these are black people. All of these are black people. They real smart when it come to, they're real smart when it comes to politics. They're real smart when it comes to money. They're real smart when it comes to business. They operate on a very high frequency from an intellectual standpoint. We don't have low frequency conversations. When I do my boxing show, I have to dumb it down when I do the boxing show. When I do the boxing show, New Media Today, USA Boxing, I dumb it down. Smoke a couple joints, I'm gonna just dumb it down, man. You get what I'm saying? I'm really here, though. I'm really here. But I understand that the people who are listening to me, they are not here. They're not going to be able to see where I'm at. I know this. So I have to come down here, if that makes sense. And then I'm not saying that the people I'm looking down on, I'm not saying that at all. And what I'm saying is, I'm saying from, like, you don't give a baby, when you have a baby, you don't give a baby meat off the bat. You give a baby some milk. And then after milk, when they get old enough, you start giving them some baby food a little bit, soft food. Then when they get a little older, you may give them something with some formula in it, to make it thick, some cereal, to make it thick, or whatever the case may be, if you're not breastfeeding. And then when they get a little older, you introduce them to some little small pieces of meat and stuff like that, because the meat help you grow. And then as they get older and older, you feed them in increments until you build them up. Grown people are like that today. So I tell you this. When I was in the nation, I was the type of guy that I used to say, yeah, man, when I come up and get rich, dog, I'm gonna look out for the whole hood. I'm gonna make sure everybody's straight. I'm gonna teach everybody. I'm gonna give everybody the game for free, so they ain't got to buy it. Cause I used to always hate that saying, the game is to be sold, not to be told. The reason why is because I didn't understand it. The reason why is because I didn't understand it. Let me see what's going on in the chat. I didn't understand it. Now I get it. The game is to be sold, not to be told. I'm not going to go into the inner cities, whatever the case may be, just start teaching everybody everything that I know. One, they're not going to believe it. Two, they're going to reject me. And three, they're already programmed to believe what they already been programmed to believe. Through the propaganda machines like the idiot box, and then we have the phone, yada 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 yada. So I get what's going on. I get it. And sometimes people they have been programmed and conditioned to live in the matrix. So it's not my job to wake them up out of it. Because some people, they need that matrix in order to be able to cope with society. But you may find the Morpheus over here. You may find the Neo over there. You may find the Oracle over here. So you build your tribe of people who think like you. And everybody is sharpening, everybody is sharpening each other's tools and skills just by conversating and talking to each other. I guess what I'm trying to say, you get with some high, once you start operating on a higher frequency up here, you have to get with other people who operate on a higher frequency. Like I can tell you the stuff that I talk to my kids about, and the stuff that I want to instill in them just from a surface, just like the laws of money. That's one. 2, understand what propaganda is. That's very important because society is being bombarded with propaganda 24 hours a day. I understand what propaganda is now because I don't want my kids to get caught up in that matrix. Understand what's being done to you without you even realizing it. Shout out to Goozy. Shout out to Knock 305. Thomas Jones. What's going on, fam? Nancy Santiago. You say good evening. You say good evening, coach. Yeah, shout out to Nancy Santiago. Arlette, what did you say, coach? A teacher shouldn't teach their student everything you know. No. Shout out to Goozy. He said you need a critical mind to pursue knowledge. Yes, I have a very critical mind. Fam. He said most people don't want to do that, coach. Like you said, most people are sheep. Yeah. See, a lot of people, they're not critical thinkers. Because when you're dealing with critical thinking, you're dealing with uncomfortable truths. And that truth pill is very, very hard to swallow when it doesn't fit the narrative. So you're dealing with, I understand that. You have people that'll kill you for telling them the truth. You have people that would kill you for opening their eyes or trying to open their eyes. You got to understand, no matter where you go at in the world, people are suffering from the same things around the world. People are in the same conditions around the world, right? There's a reason why you have the haves and the have-nots. And I hate to say it, dog. I hate to say it, but this is why you have classes in each society. Yeah, you have levels of racism everywhere. You have levels of racism everywhere. That's always going to be there. That's going to be there. That's never going anywhere. And it just didn't start with white people, contrary to popular belief. White people introduced racism. That's bullshit. You can't tell an average nigga that sorry about that. The average person that because they don't only know what they've been programmed to believe from the idiot box. Don't even waste your time with them. Me, I don't waste time with those type of people. I just don't. It's a waste of breath. It's a waste of breath. I understand that these people have been preconditioned and programmed to think a certain way, so leave them where they're at. But what I'm telling you is this. I have black friends right now that are business-minded. They read books like me. High level of intelligence. Women and men. Now, I know the average person that looks like me, they don't have access to these kind of people. And all of us are around all of us are the same age for the most part. And I know that there's nothing that I can do for those people. Because we are on 2 different planets from an intellectual standpoint. And I know that I'm operating on a high frequency, and I know that they're vibrating on a lower frequency. And in order for me to be able to get them to see it, I got to bring them up to where I'm at. Or unless I come down to where they're at. I got to start talking to nigga, the dog. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, my nigga. Yeah, dog. Check this out, dog. Yeah, man, I got to do it like that. You feel me, man? Yeah, man. You know what I'm talking about? But when you reach a certain level, like when you become smart, it's kind of hard to go back down to try to dumb yourself down to get on someone else's level. It's very difficult. I'm telling you, it's very difficult because your spirit won't even allow you to go even around someone who just, because you start noticing crazy stuff. Damn, nigga pants sagging. Oh man, they don't know how to hold an intelligent conversation. Man, I can't, like, what we gonna talk about? We literally have nothing to talk about. You get what I'm saying? But these other groups, they understood how to control the local politicians in their area. They go to the city hall meetings. They understand what group economics is. They understand what group think tanks are. Let's come together, man. We like-minded individuals. It's like gangs. If you're a gang, you're blood. You're blood. He a blood. So y'all like-minded individuals. Y'all gonna come together on the strength of being the blood. If you're a Crip, y'all gonna come together on the strength of being a Crip. If you're a Democrat, y'all gonna come together on the strength of being a Democrat. If you're a Republican, y'all gonna come together on the strength of being a Republican. And then you have the elites. I'm not, of course, I'm not, of course, then you have the elites. The elites control everybody, right? But you have different levels of it. You can become, shit. How can I put this? I don't want to say elite. I think that's the wrong word in this situation, but put it this way. You can form your own little group amongst like-minded individuals from a political power standpoint. What I want, I'm gonna be honest with you. What I want power. I want political power. Just being honest with you. I want to be able to control my local representative with a group of my friends. And I want to be able to come to them with an agenda. Politics is all about quid pro quo. If you want my vote or if you want my money, you're going to have to give me something. I'm going to need it in writing, and we're going to have to be able to, make sure that get executed. The average American, whether they black, white, Hispanic, whatever the case may be, the average American is dumb as the box of rocks. Like literally, the average American is dumb as the box of rocks. And it's probably like that around the world. The average citizens are really, really sheep. They really don't know shit. And they're happy with not knowing it. And a lot of them think they know. There's a saying in, I got a book of Sufism. Where is that? One who knows not and knows, one who knows not and knows not, he is a fool. Stay away from him. One who knows not and knows he knows not, he is simple. Teach him. One who knows and knows he knows, he is wise. Follow him. Most people know not and they don't know not. There's nothing you can do for them until they get to the level of knowing that they don't know not. Those who knows not and know that they know not, you can teach those kind. Most people are those who know not and know not they know not. There's nothing you can do for them. Nothing. Shout out to Lisa Bell. She say town hall meetings, yes. Guzzi say voting blocks as well. Yes, absolutely, voting blocks. Yeah, like in America, you don't see no agents going down the street, marching, protesting. You don't see them doing that. You don't see them doing that. It is what it is. Hey, what you said, old dirty boss, he said idiot box is an understatement. Yeah, idiot box is the understatement. What you say, knock down 305, that's exhausting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's a lot of things that go on in these inner cities that's right there. He say, Coach, he say, you a union teamster when you drove trucks? Oh, yes, where are you? No, I wasn't a teamster. I wasn't a teamster. Nah. I wasn't a teamster. Lisa Bell said, as a homeowner taxpayer, you should be able to do that, Coach. Yeah, absolutely. But what I want to do is like this, like Lisa, with my background, I never should have been able to evolve from where I'm at now to where I'm at now from a thinking standpoint. Like, that's my ambition. That's my drive. My ambition and drive is I'm not worried about the national level. I ain't talking about no president. I ain't even talking about no governor. I'm just talking about a local representative. Just like in my district, there's a lot of people who vying for votes. I want to be like a lobbyist. Hey man, listen, man, there's some property in this area, this part of Newark, New Jersey that I want to buy, I want to get with. But the laws, the way they are now, it's kind of messed up. It's making it hard for me. You know what I mean? Listen, check this out. I want to support your campaign. I want to do everything in my power to help you get elected. I know you don't have any big dollars that's coming from outside forces, corporations, whatever the case may be, but this is what we have. We can help you. We know this money will help you get boots on the ground, go door to door, have one centralized message, find out the problems of the people in the community, and see can you win them over and get your vote, whatever the case may be. We got the money to back you. You're going to pay for the volunteers. We're going to pay for the flyers, the t-shirts, this and that, yada, 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 yada. Raise the money to be able to get buy Facebook ads, Twitter ads, social media ads locally. So, I mean, you get what I'm saying? I want to be able to do that, just the small steps. I want to take the small steps. Shout out to my brother Thomas Jones. I want to be able to take the small steps. That's what I want. That's what I want. I'm playing 3D chess. Or let's say the police be protesting, the unions are always protesting. Everyone protests. Yeah. I'm not a part of the protesters. Everyone can protest. Well, no, I take that back. Everyone doesn't protest. Everyone on this level protests. You're right. Everyone that's on the same level at the bottom, yes, they do protest. You're right. They do that. All of them on that level, they're gonna do that, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm looking above that. Shout out to Ben out. He say try something and never be afraid to fail. That failure is useful. It's just another building block. Yeah, I failed quite a few times. I failed a lot of times in life. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you, dog. I failed a lot of times in life. But you know what? Every time I failed, it was very painful. But I understand now that in order to be successful in life, you have to fail. Failure is a part of success. Most people give up after they fail. The people who succeed are the ones who get up every time they fail. And then they overcome those challenges, because every time you fail at something, you're going to learn from it. You're going to learn. I learned from all of my mistakes. A fool is one who believes he has to learn from his own mistakes. A wise man is one who learns from other people's mistakes. I used to be a fool. I'm not a fool anymore. I'm very observant. I talk a lot, but I listen even better now. I'm a good listener now. And when I'm around other people who are smarter than me, who know more than me about a situation, I'm like a sponge. I sit right there and be like, yes, sir. And I'm willing to pay for the knowledge. I'm also willing to pay for a mentor. I would literally pay somebody who know more than me in a certain subject matter to mentor me. A mentor is the best investment that you can make when you're on your journey to learning a new skill that you're not familiar with. A mentor is the best investment you can make, because that mentor is going to allow you to be able to avoid a lot of the pitfalls that you're going to normally go through when you're trying to learn it on your own. I didn't know that. Tommy Jones say Glorilla won the BET Award. Well, it is what it is. That's what the BET Award is for. The BET Award is for people like Glorilla to win it. That's what it's for. Shout out to Gentrification. He said you got to give the gab, coach. Only thing is, when you run nowadays, you got to come clean. First day in office with your past. Oh yeah, listen. I don't want to run for office. I'm not running for office. I want to control the guy who was running for office. A lot of these lobbyists, they have a criminal past. I mean, I've been to the feds and stuff like that, but hey, it is what it is. I don't want to run for office. I want to control the guy who's running for office. He said Jesse Ventura won the governor of Minnesota. First day in office, you went through his past. People respected him more. Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, I have no desire. I have no desire to run for office. I want to control the guy who is in office. That's what I want. I want to be the guy that's in the background who they don't see with a group of my friends. And yeah, man, I just want that agenda passed. He go to the agenda, baby boy. We need some city permits. Talking about the BET Awards is like a modern day minstrel show. The BET Awards is a modern day minstrel show. They're gonna allow you to go up there and act the donkey and do A, B, C, and D. The BET Awards is a modern day minstrel show. I don't even watch that shit. Shout out to Just a Fan. He said you can run the local office if you can control Booger Ray. You know, like you may get with somebody with a Booger Ray. You may get with somebody like a Floyd Mayweather, but they got money. You know what I mean? We ain't know. I'm not nowhere near on that level. My friends ain't nowhere near on that level. But I'm saying, like, you'll be surprised at what you can do with just like your local state, just like your local city rep. A local city representative. Let's say like in my city, we have several districts within my city. Several districts within my city. You may have a local representative that represents District 1. You have another representative. Okay, let's say you may have damn, what he's called, not a senator, someone like the House of Representatives, like you may have that on the local level. You have local political representatives in Harlem, well, in Manhattan rather. You may have local representatives in Newark, New Jersey. You may have local representatives in Brooklyn, local representatives in Atlanta. I'm talking about the local representative. I want to control those guys. That's what I want. Yeah, the local congressman. Not a old dirty boss, not the ones who work, like for the state capitol and stuff like that. And I mean, we want to control them too. We definitely want to control them too. We want to control them too. Yeah, like the county committee, the county commissioner, the alderman. Yeah, like the county commissioner, like the local commissioners. Yeah, that's what I want. We want them. We want them. We want them. We want them. We want the commissioners. That's the word I'm looking for. The commissioners. The people in the city don't even know what's going on in their own city. Local rep, they say local elected officials. Or let's say Charles Rangel was our rep in Harlem and he was a crook. Charles Rangel, you know what? I like Charles Rangel though, Arlette. I like Charles Rangel. I like Maxine Waters. Even though they did help pass that 1994 crime bill that Joe Biden ended up writing and Bill Clinton put into law, and they tried to put the blame on Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, like, look, man, you know, this what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted me to be tough on crime, and y'all put together a bill for me to sign. You get what I'm saying? So they tried to put that on Bill Clinton. That wasn't Bill Clinton though. He signed it, but I like Bill. I like Bill Clinton. I like Bill Clinton. I like Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was funny the motherfucker to me. He was a crook, but you know, all of them are crooked. All of them are. To be honest with you, I hated George, but to this day I hate George. I ain't gonna get into no politics. But I hate George Bush. But anyways, him and Dick Cheney. I want to be able to control those guys. He said it's cool until they take the next bag. Yeah, you gotta know how to control. You gotta know how to control them though. You gotta know how to control them. You get what I'm saying? That's what politics is all about. Politics is all about quid pro quo. You got to come to these people with an agenda, and you got to have some money and a voting block. Politicians are for sale. They are the prostitutes of politics. Listen, they're for hire. Hell, you can get behind A judge, someone that's running to become a judge in Newark, New Jersey. I want to be a judge in District Court number 3. You can put money behind them. Somebody's running to be a prosecutor. Somebody's running to be a prosecutor in Harlem or in Liberty City area. Well, in Miami, I'm running to become a prosecutor. You know what I mean? The head DA. Guess what? We get behind that head DA. We get behind that head DA. Hey, we gonna need that DA, boy, just in case. Hey, check this out. Arlette, let me tell you something. We're gonna need that. We're gonna have to get behind that DA because just in case one of our boys catch a case, we got this DA on the payroll. Hey, yeah, hey, check this out, baby boy. Listen, man, my son, made a mistake. He had an accident. Someone tried to carjack him. He did not have a registered firearm. His firearm wasn't registered. He used that to prevent the carjacking. He had to defend his life. Yada 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 yada. It's always good to have a DA. It's always good to have a DA that you supported, that you gave money to their campaign. Always good to do that. Jason, what you say? He said, I need that favor you owe me, bro. I'm dead serious. Hey, listen. Hey, Knockdown 305. I'm dead serious, fam. This is how the game works. I'm just showing you how it works on a local level. Yes, how you doing? Yes, how you doing, sir? My name is Malachi Williams. Yes, I have an organization called New Media Today, USA. What I like to do is, I'm a big supporter of yours. I really do love the fact that you want to represent the community. I have $100,000 that I am willing to donate to your campaign. I really do want to help put together, volunteers that can help get the information out there, get the word out there. I know you need money. We can help you raise more money. This is what I would love to do to help see you get in office. There's only one thing though. I have some favors. I have an agenda, right? And I just want to know, what do you think about this agenda? I need some codes that's going to be cleared for a certain area or district that I live in. Currently, right now, the current local administration is not allowing that to go down. If you get elected, will you promise me that you will do this? So that would allow me to do A, B, C, and D. Yeah, we better do that. Look at all my list of things that we want to do, yada, 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 yada. And we will continue to finance you and fund you while you in office once you get in there, but you're going to have to push our agenda. Yes, we can do that. Okay, cool. And then, okay, cool. We have a luncheon. We go to this party. Hey, we go to this party. Arlette, we go to this party, $10,000 a plate. Hey, Lisa, not that 305. We in Miami Gardens. And we in Miami Gardens, right? We're looking for County Commissioner of Miami Gardens. Trayvon Martin mother, I don't know if you know this, not down 305, but Trayvon Martin mom ran for a local representative in Miami Gardens. She was trying to capitalize and profit off of her son's death, of course. I don't know if she got elected. I don't know if she got elected. Cool Boy Curl, you said I stay in Miami Gardens by the Dolphin Stadium. Yeah, for sure. But that's how she was elected, not that 305. Okay, cool. I kind of figured she was gonna get elected. Hey, Luke, check this out. Luke ran for representative of Miami Gardens as well. Miami Gardens, because Luke live in Miramar. He live in Broward County, right outside of the outskirts of Dade County. Hey, didn't nobody vote for him. I can't see Captain D. Captain D. You got a local congressman named Captain D. What's your name, sir? Yeah. How Uncle Luke for mayor. Uncle Luke for mayor. You know what I mean? If you vote for me, strippers will be allowed to do the one leg up. You know what I mean? As much as they want. Right now, the city of Miami has an ordinance where strippers cannot do the butterfly because they say that dance is old and played out. If you vote for me, you will be able to do the butterfly again. If you vote for me, the Tootsie Roll is coming back. If you vote for me, we're going to bring back the Doo-Doo Brown. If you vote for me, the liquor stores will be open all night long, 24 hours a day. There will not be a time where a liquor store be closed. If you vote for me, you can stay on the corner as long as you want to, and ain't got to worry about not now police, not now. You don't have to worry about any police coming up to you asking you for your ID if you vote for me. If you vote for me, you will be able to leave your children at your auntie house as long as you want, and you ain't got to worry about child protective custody, child protective services coming over there because you left your kids over there for 3 days. So who gonna vote? Who gonna vote for Uncle Luke? Can't vote for Uncle Luke. You got to be kidding me, right? Yeah, he literally ran for office. He literally ran for office. He said Coach knows what to say. I'm just saying though, he literally ran for office. What you say? Let's say Jam Point running for office too? No, not Jam Point. A lot of them done passed away. Slick Vic still alive, but nah. Shout out to Con Shinery. You get what I'm saying? This is the game I'm telling you. Shout out to my sister Food Revolution. This is why you constantly vote for a Democrat or Republican and nothing changes in your area. It changes for the people who have the money, to get these guys in office because they control the politician. Politics is about quid pro quo. This is why you don't see other groups talking about voting rights and we got to march and we got to do this and do that. Yeah, they don't worry about that. You know why they don't worry about that? Because they know the game. Take it or leave it alone. Take it or leave it alone, man. Take it or leave it alone. I get it. Just a fan say pandering 101. Yeah. If you vote for me, we bringing back 40 ounces to the state of Florida. It just don't make no sense for a man to have to no. And if you vote for me, we gonna put a liquor store not only on every block, but not only on every other block, but every block. If you vote for me, we gonna make sure we have a liquor store on every block. You want to know why? Because it just don't make no sense for a man to have to wait 5 whole minutes just to get effed up. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense for a man to have to walk 5 whole minutes just to get fucked up, right? We're going to put a liquor store on every other block. As a matter of fact, if you vote for me, you know what I mean? Bro, it was like, bro, all the hood ghetto stuff. That's the name of the game, though. I would advise you, and you can do this in your local area. Get with people in your area who think like you. It may take some time. Understand the game. Politics is the exercise of power. Power is exercised through the politician. We're not talking about nothing big. I'm not talking about the governor's office or the presidency. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just your local congressman. That's what I'm talking about. In your district. I'm telling you, they are for sale. They can be bought. They are for sale and they can be bought. I'm telling you this, what I know. I haven't bought any yet. And if I did bought one, I couldn't say nothing, to be honest with you. I can't say nothing because, But that's the game. And guess what? Hopefully, we're going to do a party. We'll do a party. $10,000 a plate. We go to this party where there's some nice, if it's a woman, or if it's a man, some nice, beautiful women there. Bad, older tenderonis, looking good, star-studded. And one catches his eye. And she's smooth with it, cool with it. And he likes her. Hopefully, we can get him to make that move and then get some dirt on him as well. Yeah, man. Lord? Hey, listen, check this out, baby boy. Yeah, we got this for you. No, we financed your campaign and we really did a lot of things for you. But there's only one problem. It's a couple of these things you haven't done yet that we need done. So, quite a few of these things we haven't done yet. Yeah, man, I ain't doing none of that, man. So you just gonna take our money? You just gonna take our money and yeah, I'm just gonna take your money and okay, all right, cool. All right, cool. Next thing you know, yeah, you remember Sarah at the party? Yeah, I remember Sarah at the party. What do you think about her? Oh man, yeah, Sarah, she's all right. She's a good person. She's a good person. Yeah, man. The cootie cat was good, huh? What? I say the cootie cat that you got from Sarah was good. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything with Sarah. No, no, no. I think you done something with her. Look here, people, boy, we got you. We got you on tape. Um, it'd be messed up if something like this was a scandal like this was to come out about you. So I know you don't want that to happen. Got wife at home, kids at home. You know you don't want that to happen, right? So what we need you to do, remember this agenda? Yeah, I remember the agenda. We need you to get back on that ASAP. Okay? Hey, this what they do. This what they be doing. Okay. remember Sarah? Yeah, I remember Sarah. Well, really her real name is Big Booty Judy. Yeah, man. Yeah, we them payments. We know you were tricking. We know you were tricking on the side. You were tricking on the side. You know what I mean? Hey, you just imagine somebody like Luke get in the office. Man, Luke got all kind of dirt on everybody, man. Because a lot of these guys, they like the strippers. They like the strippers. They like the girls who come. You know what I mean? These dudes be going to different places. You get to these parties. Make sure you have. Now you got to have insurance. This is why. When politicians run for office, people like the FBI, the CIA, the FBI, and stuff like that, and even other lobbyists, they want dirt on these people. They want these people to get their hands dirty. If they get their hands dirty, if you catch them in an uncompromising position, guess what? Check this out. You really can control them then. Yeah, baby boy, I got some dirt on you, right? That's just like the music industry. In the music industry, they say that these guys be doing, these men and women be doing all types of stuff in Hollywood and in the music industry and stuff like that. You go to a party in LA, shout out to Food Revolution. You say they do the same thing, the artists in the music industry. I was just talking about that. They take photos with people doing gay things and threaten to expose them if they don't sign over everything. And yeah, check this out, baby boy. Cardi B, check this out. Ooh, girl, we got a whole lot on you, boy. God damn, girl, you done. Remember when you was a recording artist? Remember when you was a stripper? You remember you was a stripper, and now you're an artist. You say that you used to drug men back in New York, drug them and drug other black men and stuff like that, and then rob them and take their money from them. Yeah, I remember I said that. It'd be a shame if one of those people who you drugged got messed up real bad in the head, or maybe one of them died. And it'd be a shame if the prosecutors in New York decided to bring charges up on you and go back, make it run retroactive, go back to when you did this, and just your whole career just dropped. You won't be able to get booked for shows anymore and stuff like that. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that'd be a shame if something like that was to happen to you. You know what I mean? The legal fees would be crazy. So what I need you to do, this is what I need you to do. I hate for something like that to happen, but this is what I need you to do though. Check this out though. I'm going to need you to get behind this particular president and endorse him. I'm going to need you to get behind this particular governor and endorse him. And I'm going to need you to do this ASAP tomorrow. I have Don Lemon from CNN come over and do an interview with you. Here goes the paper. This is what you're going to say. Do you understand? Oh, yeah. I understand. I say whatever you want me to say. T.I. Yeah, man. Oh, Lord have mercy, boy. You and Tiny been real busy lately. Yeah. Listen, check this out, baby boy. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need that favor from you. Remember that party you went to with you and Diddy, and y'all got, you and Diddy, y'all got real drunk, and uh, you know, you guys got real drunk, and you did some things that you really don't want nobody to know about. Yeah, we got that on video, right? Yeah, oh yeah, y'all got that on video. Yeah, we got that on video, baby boy. We know you don't want nobody to know about this. Hey, this is what we need you to do though. This is why you see these guys doing so much stuff for these political parties and stuff like that. There's a lot of dirt on these guys. A lot of dirt on them. Everybody got dirt, right? Everybody got dirt. To some degree. Con Shiner say blackmail. Oh, no, I wouldn't call it blackmail, but brother, I don't know about that. Blackmail, that's a harsh word. Blackmail. I would just say that, it'd be, just was, we would hate for something like that to come out. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna say it was blackmail. I'll just say that, it'd be a shame if something like that was to come out. Yeah, like perfect example. Like, of course, I don't mean to talk about the dude, but cause I try to say coercion. Uh, knockdown say extortion, blackmail, same thing. No, I don't like using those words. Extortion and blackmail and coercion. I would just like to say, um, you're my friend. I like you. Just hate for, someone out there. I wouldn't do that to you, but just maybe someone out there just was to leak that to the mainstream media, and there'd be all types of memes and stuff on the internet, and you got kids and stuff like that. You wouldn't know nothing like that to happen, would you? Yeah, okay, so cool. So now we got that out of the way. Hey, I'm just messing around. Hey, but no, all jokes aside, that is pretty much how I go. Just a fan say, he said Diddy, most sus dude in the industry. Now he ain't the most, he one of them. There's a whole bunch of them. It's a whole bunch of them. Hey, not now say it is what it is, coach. Whatever word salad you want to use, there's a whole lot of them. Maybe Dwayne Johnson. You'd be surprised, bro. You'd be surprised. Some of these dudes that look real big, buff, and strong in the Hollywood in these movies, boy, behind them closed doors, boy, ain't no telling what they did to get that role. That's all I'm saying. You'll be surprised, bro. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Some of your biggest heroes, boy, you'll be like, oh, Lord, have mercy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I just say that just don't look up to no singer or no singer, politician, or don't look up to no singer, politician, or recording artist. Sean say, blackmail is demanding payment for another benefit for someone and someone in return, not revealing compromising, or damaging information. Yeah. Whatever. I ain't all I'm saying, Carl Shiner, is this. Those are not the words that I want to use, but I'll just say it'll hurt. I just hate for something like that was to come out. That's all I'm saying. What do you want to call it? Blackmail, coercion, extortion, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to say that because those terms are against the law. Those terms are against the law. I won't say that. I'll just say that, it'd be a shame if something like that was to happen. That's all I'm saying. Kubo Curry, he said, Coach, check the neck area with these celebrities in Hollywood. A lot of trends. Yeah. There's a lot of that going on. Goozy said, should look up Cat Williams in his Hollywood store. Yeah. I looked that up. Yeah, Cat Williams, boy, hey, that's when they win that cat. That's when they win that Cat Williams. They win that Cat Williams. L. Harvey say, definitely blackmail. Hey, listen, that's a dirty word. We don't like using that word. L. Harvey, we don't like using that word, fam. Blackmail, you cannot use the blackmail word. We won't use, that's against the law, brother. That's against the law. We do not believe in breaking laws. We are law-abiding citizens. He said, it's a transaction under less than ethical circumstances. True. Hey, now when I would just like to say, now what I want to do is I want to try to make that disappear, make it go away. What I'm gonna do is we're going to this is what we're gonna do for you. We're gonna make sure none of that information comes out. You ain't got to worry about none of that. Hey, can you do me a favor? Though I have some things that I would like for you to do. You don't have to do them now. You don't have to do them, but it'd be very important if you were to make sure that a certain bill passed for my district so that I can buy these buildings or get a code ordinance in order to get certain things done. Again, just try for me. You don't have to. I'm going to make sure those things don't come out. Don't worry about that. But can you at least do that for me? As a favor, can you do that for me? Oh yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. So that's how things get done. We don't. Cause I try to say cue the side of music. So Jason he said, whenever you see the celebrity just fall off the map and you never heard from him, it's because they didn't want to play the game. Yeah, they didn't want to play the game. And if you or if you ever see a celebrity that was a certain way, like in politics, let's say he had a certain political belief system all this time, but then next thing you know, he might have switched and changed his views. And then everybody who was in love with him today, those same people who was in love with him for years, started hating him the next day, and they turned on him. You know, that he probably went against the grain, or she went against the grain. You know what I mean? So that stuff like that happens as well. And Malcolm X, I want to, hey, check this out. I want to let you guys know something. Malcolm X said something years ago. He said, you got to be real careful of the media. This is before he got killed. He said, you got to be real careful of the media. He said, you got to be real careful of the media. The media will have you hating the good guy and loving the bad guy. The media will have you thinking that the good guy was the bad guy and the bad guy was the good guy. Malcolm X said this in like 1960, 61 to 62, somewhere up in there. I never forgot that. I never forgot that. The media is very, very powerful. And this is what they're there for. Now, this was back then. This was back then. This was before Malcolm. Malcolm got killed 1965. He said this like around 1961, something like that. And when I went down my journey, once I started waking up, I started remembering a lot of stuff that I studied. And atoms started popping in my brain, and I started studying stuff and looking at stuff and like, oh man, dang, yeah. Oh, okay, now I see what he's talking about. Now all of the pieces are coming together. I see it and understand it now. He said Malcolm was privy to many universal truths. Yeah, Malcolm did a lot of studying. Malcolm did a lot of reading in prison. He was very, very sharp, very, very sharp guy. Very, very bright man. Got killed in front of his wife and children at 39 years old. You know, it's crazy. But you know, I will be what you call, I'm conscious. I'm a conscious guy, but I'm not a part of the conscious community. I'm a conscious guy. I'm conscientious of what's going on, but I'm not woke. I'm not on this woke shit. I hate that wokeism shit. Or progressive. I ain't on that woke and I ain't on none of that bullshit there. Because I know where it comes from. It comes from Karl Marx. That's the Karl Marx playbook, right? So I know where it comes from. And I know the average people in society, they don't know. They just sheep, they roll along with it. Men and women, doesn't matter which race you are, it's the same shit. But when you know stuff, you have to keep it secret. I get that now. What you say, being to complain about critics in their business is like a sailor complaining about the waves. Go back to the beach if you don't like it. He said, go back to the beach if you don't like it. Yeah. He said, extremely well-spoken guy. Still impressive to listen to this day. Marxism, yeah. Yeah, Jason Williams, what did you say, fam? What you say, fam? He said, yes, sir. Malcolm did say that. Yeah, absolutely. He said, coach, he said, what a super chat or a thanks option. Yeah, I don't have that yet. But YouTube, you gotta get like 1,000 subscribers and like 4,000 watch time hours in order to get that. I mean, my channel does not monetize it. He said, you hit some major topics and need to bounce it off a panel. Yeah, like I got people who I talk to, man. Like I got some really sharp brothers and sisters that I can really talk to. You know what I mean? That's why I tell you, the naked truth is a hard pill to swallow when it doesn't fit the narrative. If you've been programmed to believe something for so long, like this is a question that I learned from Malcolm X. Malik El Shabazz, RIP. When people have been programmed to believe something for so long, and they finally have been introduced to the truth, and that truth wakes them up, and atoms go to popping in their brain, and they start to see things that they never saw before. There's two things that that person would do. One of the two things. Most people will see this new information, and in order to accept it and look at it for what it is, you have to have critical thinking skills. Most people do not have critical thinking skills. Whether they're in their 40s or 50s, black, white, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. Most people lack critical thinking skills. And most people are comfortable in their current mind state. Most people have a certain paradigm that they believe in, and that's that. The older the person gets, the more unteachable they become. So once they get in their 40s, they already got their mind made up anyways. There's nothing you can do with them. This is why people, schools of thought, they always want to try to teach the young. Because when you're young, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. When you're older, you know it already. When you're older, you don't know what you don't know, but you're content with what you don't know because you think you know everything any goddamn ways. So I stay away from old fools. When they're in their 40s, you can't tell them. When they're in their 40s, they're done. Pretty much at that point. See, a lot of them might be done in their 30s, but when they get to their 40s, you can forget it. You can forget it, right? Now, the people who I know, they're in their 40s. They sharp as a razor blade. But we're unique thinking individuals, outside the box thinkers, right? Once you figure this shit out, once you start to question stuff, I'll give you a perfect example. It's very easy to know what the agenda is when it comes to the mainstream corporate media. When you turn on every station and they're saying the same thing, if you turn on to a news station and they're saying this, if you turn on to news station 1, and then let's say ABC, and then when you go to CBS, they're saying the same thing that ABC is saying. And when you go to another news station, they're saying the same thing that ABC and CBS is saying. And when you go to another news station, they're saying the same thing that that news station was saying that ABC, CBS, and the other station is saying. When you go to stations and all of them are saying the same thing, this is how you program a group of people. They keep hearing the same thing over and over and over. They haven't done their own research, but this is what they've been hearing for so long that they take it to be the truth because they have been thoroughly brainwashed and programmed. And when you're older and you're thoroughly brainwashed and programmed, there's no hope for that person. Get the hell away from them. This is how they become propagandized, right? I have a lot of people like that in my family. Now, I love my family, but I think I'm the only one in my family that's like me. I'm the unique raindrop in the family that's like me. I think I'm the only person that I know of in my family that thinks like me. Most of my family, all of them pretty much think alike, to be honest with you. Most of them already pretty much, they think alike. Whether they're younger or older, The ones who I find that's more receptive to listen are my younger cousins. The one that's probably I got a cousin in Orlando named Tiffany. Tiffany's real smart. Tiffany's real smart. She went to the Air Force. She's real sharp. She's not like my other family members as well. She's not like my other family members as well. Tiffany pretty much she pretty much stayed to herself as well. Tiffany pretty much isolated. She's on her own island. She stayed to herself. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Once you become aware of a lot of things that's going on, you have to guard your mind. You have to guard your mind. You have to guard your mind from other things. And how you guard your mind is, this dog doing. You gotta guard your mind, man. And you gotta get around people. You gotta get away from even other family members. Like I love my family to death. When I talk to my family, I come down to their level. I love them to death. But you just keep things where it's supposed to be at. We're gonna talk. They may want to talk about football. I don't watch football, so they may want to talk about football. They may want to talk about boxing. I talk about boxing all day with them. Anything dealing with higher learning, I don't talk to them about that. I don't talk to them about that. You know what I mean? Anything dealing with higher learning, I don't talk to them about that. I just you know what I mean? We talk about what we talk about, maybe play some dominoes, stuff like that. I may go to the barbershop sometime. I haven't been in a while. I'll go in there. Last time I was over there, I played dominoes. Might go over there and play dominoes again. We can play dominoes, talk trash, talk about the old days, stuff like that, and that's about it. Jason, what you say, fam? You say, very true, coach. Even in the workplace, I stay away from negative people. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Food Revolution. She says superficial conversation. Yes, that's it, sis. Superficial conversations. Superficial conversations. Yeah. Superficial conversations. Because what happened is once you become aware of a lot of things, you see things different. You move differently. You become more of an introvert. You become more of an introvert. I don't have that mindset that, yeah, man, I want to go help save everybody and give everybody the game. No, you have to keep it to yourself because people will hate you for it. People will hate you for it. You get what I'm saying? Con Shotto say Marxism. Yeah, man, shit. Yeah. Jason said that the naked truth and the well dressed up lie. People like the well dressed up lie, man. They love it. What do you say? You say old fools used to be your old fools used to be young fools. Yeah. Shout out to Lisa. She's saying old fool is the worst, especially closed-minded individuals. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm so much of a food revolution. Don't throw your pearls to swine. No, you never do that. You never do that. You just keep it moving. Keep it moving. Understand this is the way of the world, as Earth, Wind, and Fire say. Shout out to Philip Bailey and R.I.P. to what's my main man name? Not Verdine White, but what's my lead singer of Earth, Wind, and Fire that passed away? Maurice White. R.I.P. to Maurice White. That's the way of the world. Remember, before you was born, this world that you was born in had problems and issues. The same problems that's going on today were going on before you were born. And they was probably even worse back then. There's nothing that you're going to do to change that. When you're dead and gone, guess what? Those same problems are going to be here. And what I try to focus on is things that I can control. Once you learn something, it means nothing if you don't put what you learn into practice. If you know better, you must do better, right? My advice that I would say in closing, and I'm going to tie this back to what we started out with. We started talking about gentrification, racism, and stuff like that, right? I wish that I would have listened to my barber, Mr. Foster. There was a lot of property in my neighborhood that we could have bought. We didn't listen to him. And we had an opportunity, still do to this day, but I'm saying at that time, to control the politics in our area through county commissioners and stuff like that. We didn't listen. I'm not going to make that same mistake twice. I told myself this go around, once I get to exactly where I want to be, and our group get together, get to where we want to be at, there's some power moves that need to be made, because I want to make sure that when my little ones get older, and I teach them that game now, and as they get older, drilling in them, they can benefit from it. So when I'm dead and gone, they can say, damn, boy, daddy gave us that game. We know how it go now. And they start putting it into practice. You get what I'm saying? And be in certain social circles that thinks like you. Be in certain social circles, because it's all about power at this point, where I'm at. I need to make some power moves. There's certain things I need to do from a power move standpoint. Let me call my brother. Bam. Hey man, this is what I'm trying to do. What's happening? What we can do? Okay, let's call Rod. Bam, Rod. Check this out, man. What you got going on down there? Everything Gucci down here. What's up? How much money you got? Yeah, this how much I got. This how much you got. Yeah, this what we can do. Bam. Hey man, let's go to the local chamber of commerce. The local chamber of I mean, that's another thing I got to tell you. The game right here. If you live in America, they have something called the Chamber of Commerce. They have the Chamber of Commerce in every city. I would advise everyone to go to the Chamber of Commerce and get to know those people in there. Get to rub elbows with some of those people. Concept, I missed the part on gentrification. Yeah, we talked about on how they gentrifying just certain areas, certain cities, anywhere that has a skyline throughout America. I don't know what they're doing in other countries, but throughout America, anywhere that pretty much has a skyline, they pretty much going back through there and buying out that property. A lot of crime and stuff going on in a lot of these different inner cities, and stuff like that. But anyways, damn, I forgot what I was just talking about, dog. Got thrown off with this damn gentrification stuff. Damn, I forgot what I was just talking about. I forgot. I forgot what I was talking about. What to say, Jason? You say facts is all about it. Oh, yeah. The future generations. Yeah, the future generations. Yeah, at this point, at this age, my mind is on power, on a local level. I'm not talking about national level. I'm saying on a local level. If it's just, the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much, Food Revolution. Thank you, sis. The Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce, you're gonna meet some really, really good business people in there, and some of your local representatives in there. A lot of power moves are made at the Chamber of Commerce. Get to know people, rub elbows, trade business cards or numbers or whatever. And you get to talking and see what they got going on. They see what you got going on, and you start meeting people in there. Chamber of Commerce. The average citizen in the community don't do that. The average citizen in the community don't do that at all. There's a lot of things that you can do on a local level. You have no idea that you really have at your disposal. Especially if you come in there with a group. You say buying the block, giving the game to the young ones. Yeah. It is what it is, man. Like I'm so happy right now because of what I know. I wanna be around people. I want to be able to talk to people who I can, break bread with, and we can talk about certain things and put together action plans. The thing about me, the gift that God gave me is this. I'm an action taker. I believe in taking action. I'm not the guy that's going to sit down and we're going to talk and talk. Okay, like I could sit down and talk about racism all day. Guess what? Racism was here before I was born. They practiced racism, tribalism, and all other isms before we were sold and brought to this country by our own people. And other nationalities go through the same thing. You go to Brazil, it's the same thing. You go to España, Spain, it's the same thing. You go to Mexico, it's the same thing. Like every group does practice certain things on their people, right? If you go to India, they have something called the caste system, which is racism, right? Whatever. You get what I'm saying? So I'm the type of guy that, okay, this is the reality of the situation. What is it that I need to learn, or what is it that I can do to maneuver around this or use this to work in my favor? That's my mindset. I can sit down and complain all day. Guess what? I ain't never seen nobody get nothing accomplished complaining. I'm wise enough to know that. And I'm not here to try to convince anyone other than that. That's why I have the mindset, look, man, I'm not trying to convince you of my position. But what you're not going to do is try to convince me of yours. Because you have no merits as far as I'm concerned. If that's what you believe, there's nothing wrong with that. Take that over there and you can continue to do what you're going to do. Because I understand most people are sheep. I know that when the average person that I talk to, they're going to be a sheep. And I know we ain't going to have shit in goddamn common. We're not going to see eye to eye. I'm not even going to engage with you. Hey, Wesley, you seen that football game? Yeah, that football game was tight though. Yeah, man, I hope everything work out for you, man. Yeah, I hope they win this weekend. Yeah, baby boy, that's it. Keep it moving. That's my football game friend right there. This is my friend that I play dominoes with. Oh, this the friend that I play spades with. Oh, this the friend I may smoke some weed with every now and then. This my friend right here that we make money together with. This my friend right here when we talk about the books we read. This my friend right here when we get together, we talk about making power moves and doing real estate transactions and stuff like that. This is, the circle I want to be in to be successful. You get what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And I know that I'm by myself, meaning that most people, they're not going to be on that. And I know that. That's fine. I get that. So you gotta keep people in their certain categories. You get what I'm saying? Keep your friends in their certain categories and everything will be all right. Don't try to bring them into a different world. They'll hate you. Leave them where they're at. When you see them, you kick it to them on their level, and that's it. The woman have me say, Coach, you ever listened to the Urban X podcast before? No, I never heard of it. I never heard of the Urban X podcast. I check it out though. Let me write it down. The Urban X podcast. No, I never heard of it. And I'm gonna give you one more thing. Never focus too much time on the small things. Like you'll have people, man, they'll every day they wake up and just focus and complain on the small things. Dude, you got a big old pie. You got this one piece you always bitching, moaning, crying, complaining about all the time. Stuff that you cannot control. Oh man, I don't like that representative. I don't like what he did. Oh, did you see what they said on such and such station? Oh, they just racist and they this and they that. What you gonna do about it? Oh, I ain't gonna do nothing about it. I just want to talk. All right, look, man, God, okay. Listen, I'm trying to get some money. And this is what I'm trying to do. I want to control this local politician right here. And this is what we need to do. You're not even on that level, so I can't even talk to you about that. So I have to come down and talk to you on your level of understanding. I can't talk to you on my level of understanding because you're not on my level. So I got to come down and talk to you on your level of understanding. Now, I'm not going to talk to you long now because I don't have a lot of patience. So I'm going to talk to you on your level of understanding. Okay, baby boy. Okay, baby girl. Look at me. I hope everything work out for you. Keep everything Gucci. Bam, touch the elbows. And then let me get back up here to where I was at. You get what I'm saying? Some people will look at that. Some people will look at that as, you think you all that? Yes, I do. Some people look at that as, oh, you think you better? Yes. Well, we can't mess with you. Fine, have no problem with that. I wasn't looking to mess with you anyways. Yes. Whatever you think, yes, it's all of that in some. Whatever your observation is, yes, it's all of that in some. Not compromising who I am. Come to the conclusion that you ain't gonna mess with me. That's fine. I probably don't want to mess with you anyways, because we're not on the same, like, you know, I'm on a horizontal plane, you're on a vertical plane. Are you on a horizontal plane? I'm on a vertical plane. What I mean? I'm going vertical. You on a horizontal plane. The horizontal plane is the dead plane. The horizontal plane is the dead plane. Shout out to Knockdown 305. He said coming down to others is exhausting. Yeah, but that's why you don't be, listen, that's why you don't be around a lot of people that you got to continue to come down to. You stay isolated. Jamario, he said, great damn show, coach. I love the Boston show, but coach, the midnight conversations a little more fire. These conversations I be wanting to hear daily. Yeah, that's what I like to talk about. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like I'm going vertical. You on the horizontal plane. You on the dead plane. I gotta come down here, talk to you. Yeah, what's up, dog? Yeah, everything all right? Yeah. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of complaints to talk about. Listen, if you want to run me away, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If you want to run me away from you in lightning speed, come to me with your problems and come to me complaining. If you come to me with your problems and you come to me complaining, guess what? That's the fastest way to get me the hell away from you. Don't come to me with the problem. Come to me with the solution. What's the solution? I hate complainers. You say it's more surface level now, since they're placing their content on the websites as opposed to YouTube channels. The deeper content is on the website. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. A lot of people do. They have to, because these YouTube channels, there's only so much that you can do. And you're able to formulate and build your own tribe on your own website. Like me, I gotta get me some websites. I gotta get me websites for my Boston show, because I want to be able to do stuff with my tribe. Everybody that's subscribed, like all of us don't think alike, but you get what I'm saying? I'm looking for certain individuals, you know what I mean? And I want to open up that door for that. Because it's a lot I know that I would definitely love to share, but it's not meant for everybody. It's not meant for everybody. A lot of people are operating on a horizontal plane. That's the dead plane. Vertical, horizontal. Right? And when I put that rocket booster on my space shuttle and I'm going into space, meaning going into a higher level of consciousness, higher elevation where I can do the things that I want to do, I know that the gravitational pull of those who don't want to see you successful, or the gravitational pull of those who may hate you, or the gravitational pull of resistance, because there's a level of struggle that you're going to have to go through when you're trying to go from one level to the next level. It's called you have the law of attraction, and it's called the law of resistance. It's called the law of resistance, which represents the gravitational pull of you trying to become successful in life. Whatever that goal is you're trying to accomplish. So you're going to have to fight against the gravitational pull of the resistance that's trying to keep you. It might be, man, an old girlfriend. She's trying to get you to come back come back to her when when a relationship didn't work out. Might be an old boyfriend, or ex-wife, or ex-husband. Things didn't work out, but now you're trying to go in a different place, and they want to pull you back down to that. It may be an old friend or whatever. You're gonna have to, you may go through some serious challenges at work or whatever the case may be. You have to stay the course. As soon as you get sidetracked and distracted, get back on the path. But if you let that derail you and stop you, I promise you, when you get older, you're just gonna have you're gonna be old and have a time of regret. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. He said, "Damn, coach, that's me. Tell me something good." You get, you get what I'm saying? Con Shiner said, "I like this show." Yeah, I appreciate that, fam. I appreciate that. He said, "Not everyone is a thinker." That's facts, and thrives in the space like we all do. That's facts as well. That's what's good about this stuff. Yeah, you're right about that. It's not meant for everybody. It's not meant for everybody. You get what I'm saying? The more you know, the more you learn, the more of an introvert you become. Learn how to get along with yourself. That's another thing. Learn how to get along with yourself once you start elevating from a conscious standpoint. Because the more you know and the more you start elevating up here, the lonelier it's going to get. The reason why it's lonely at the top is because everybody ain't that many people at the goddamn top. And the people down here who you love, who you would love to bring up with you, they gonna hate you for your success. They're gonna hate you for your success, and then they're not gonna be willing to learn the things or put in the work that it's going to take in order to come up to your level. So that's why it's lonely at the top. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Ben Adams say, he said, when religious people ask me, but don't believe there's something better than us in the universe, I answer yes, most dogs. Yeah, like me, like I don't like I have people ask me, say, yeah, man, you what to do? Ask me. He said, man, you believe in aliens? I say, well, yes, yeah, I believe there's other life forces. I just find it very hard to believe that in this expansive universe that we live in, we're the only beings that's alive in the entire universe. And we have galaxies upon galaxies upon galaxies within the universe, within the universe. So I definitely don't find it, definitely believe there's other life forces out there, stuff like that. I said, but guess what? I don't have my mind in space and worried about aliens and stuff like that. I'm too busy trying to figure this thing out right here on Earth. All 196,940,000 square miles is the planet. Most of us, all of us died not knowing really nothing. Because the Earth has been here for trillions of years, whatever, millions of years, trillions of years, whatever the case may be. And it's impossible to learn everything within it. You would have to live long enough to even know the secrets of the planet. Right? And we just simply don't live that long. If we're lucky, we'll see 80. 80 years living on something, living on a planet that's been here for millions or trillions of years or whatever. It's like you was never here. When it comes to when you look at the sphere of time, when you look at the span of time, the 80 years, 70 years, or 65 years that you've been on the planet, in comparison to how long the planet has been here, and when you look at it in the scope of time, it's like you were never here. It's like you was here a millisecond. And when you look at how many people that's on the planet, when you look at how many people that's on the planet, what you got, like 7 million people on the planet? Not 7 million, 7 billion people on the planet. About 7 billion people on the planet. Out of the 7 billion people on the planet, how many people do you know? And how many people know you? Yeah, Chandra say Newton's laws about cause and effect. You get out of what you put in. Yeah, exactly. When you pass away, shit, it's like you were really never here. Get what I'm saying? Because when you look at it, when you look at the people who know you versus the ones who don't know you, ain't that many people know you. Shit. On the planet, when you look at the grand scheme of things, and from what I saw, me being alive, seeing my loved ones pass away, this shit keep going. You're on the smoothest ride you're on the smoothest ride on the universe. You're on a planet that's rotating around the sun, and it takes a whole year, 365 days, to go from one point around the sun to the other point. And when it moves from one point, you have 4 quarters, right? When it moves from one quarter to the next quarter, that's when you have the seasons. Right now, we are in the fall season because the way the earth is going around, the part of the earth, the part of the sun where the earth is at right now. We are in a section where the earth is rotating, but further out from the sun. And then when it keeps going, 3 months go by, it's going to go into another season because we don't went further out. That's where we have the winter. And then once the winter is leaving, we're going into spring. The earth is coming back closer to the sun. And then when it goes into the spring, into the summer, it has become closer to the sun. So while it's rotating around the sun, it's also spinning 1,037 and 1/3 miles per hour, somewhere around there, giving you the 24 hours in a day, or 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 56 seconds, or something like that. Round up 24 hours. So you're on a planet that's spinning while rotating, which is dark where I'm at. It's going to keep spinning, keep spinning, keep spinning, keep spinning. And then it's going to spin right where I'm at. It's going to spin right back towards the sun. Then the sun is going to look like it's going to be rising and yada, 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 right? So you're on the smoothest ride on the planet. You don't even feel it moving. You don't feel it rotating and you don't feel it spinning. Oh, man, let me stop. Let's give everybody a round of applause, man. Shout out to my main man, the one Mr. Ham. Salute the one Mr. Ham. Shout out to Ben Adams. Shout out to Knockdown 305. Shout out to my sister Arlette. Shout out to Lil Green Eyes P. Shout out to Con Shonery. Shout out to Ben Adams. Shout out to Jason Williams. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to Jamario. Jamario, what's going on, brother? Shout out to Jamario. I want to say, fam, Con say the Earth is on 4.5 billion years old. Okay, he said I've heard scientists say that if the Earth age was scaled to 24 hours a day, our existence will only count for 1 minute. Wow, that's something else. Shout out to Amina, man. Shout out to Amina. Let's give her a round of applause. Shout out to Con Shonery. Shout out to Knockdown 305. Shout out to the one Mr. Ham. Shout out to Jason Williams. Shout out to Lionel. What's going on, fam? Shout out to my sister Food Revolution. Shout out to Haleen, Cool Boy Curry, my sister Lisa Bales, Ben Adams, Jester Fan. Who else we got? Shout out to my brother Thomas Jones. Who else we got? Yeah, control them local politicians, man. That's what I want, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I want power, bro. I swear, I do, bro. So, that local politician there to be taken, man. They there to be taken. I'm telling you. Hell, you can even do it on the Chamber of Commerce level as well. Y'all take that into consideration. That's my end game from a local standpoint, to be honest with you. Knockdown 305. Shout out to Ahmed. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bales. Who else we got in the building? Ben said, Coach, how can they have pics of aliens if no one has seen one? I think deep. All right. Shout out to the one Mr. Ham. He said, you can tell who the thinkers are. We are still here in here listening, absorbing game. hey, you know the crazy part about it too? Hey, it gets even more deep. Like if you're a weed smoker, Like you'll get all, yes, brother. See the molecule, brother. Did you see this water, brother? Hey, when I was in the Nation of Islam, right? I had some dudes we used to call bean soup scientists. These are the guys that are just so smart. They just go overboard with it, brother. Did you know how many drops of water it took in order to get us a quarter of a full cup right here, brother? The molecules that are within each drop of water, brother, represents, and they go to getting all scientific with it and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, bro, what does this have to do with me coming up with money to pay my rent this weekend? What does this have to do with me coming up with money to pay my rent, bro? You telling me all this bean soup science type stuff? Okay, that's good, brother. Yes, brother, the molecular structure, you know what I mean, of certain molecules, brother, as we deep dive into the scientific aspect of uh uh the of the what my aunt captain used to say. My captain used to be saying some crazy stuff, bro, like uh brother, when you look at things from a vertical point of view and you have a bird's eye view of the situation, brother, and you looking down on it, you have an overstanding of the situation, brother. There's confusion and chaos on the ground level. We don't want to operate on surface knowledge, brother. We want to operate on a vertical plane where we can get uh uh an overstanding of the situation as we put together certain molecules within the Rubik's cube of the situation that we're trying to engage and overcome, so that we can what do you used to say? So that we can disrupt or at least accomplish the goal in our disruption of the situation that's trying to stop us from becoming successful as a black man right here in the hills and we say in the hills and cave sides of North America, my brother. Did you get what I'm saying? Yes, sir, Captain. I get exactly what you're saying, brother. I gotta go to work because I got my rent coming up. I need to pay. I got to pay my rent. So, while you on the Mars and quasars and stuff like that, I'm finna go to work on this white man job so I can get this money to pay my rent. Brother, you talking about going to work on the white man's job, brother? Yeah. Because the other niggas you get talking about, them niggas out there selling incense. I can't sell incense, brother. The white man paying pretty good. I'm finna go to Whitey, finna get on his job, and I'm finna get some of this good white man money. Brother, you sit here talk about the moons and quasars and all that stuff there. While y'all like that selling incense and newspapers, that's fine, brother. But right now, this one I'm trying to go get right here. Yeah, I had a captain, man. My captain Keith was something else, bro. Shout out to my brother, man. Retro. He said I used to cut him off fast with a few cuss words. And weed smoking, baby. Yes, brother. You know, he said, man, like, brother. I'm sitting there talking to, we call them bean soup scientists in the nation. This nigga here, man. And that was his brother named Idris. This is a true story before we go. There was a brother named Idris in the Nation of Islam, right? I was a lieutenant out of Mosque number 47. I was trained by Captain Samuel Muhammad. He was in his 70s. Now, Sam was in his 60s at the time. He ended up getting to, in the 70s. Sam was out of New York. I think he was out of Brooklyn. And he did 12 years at Attica prison. He joined the nation in the 50s, right? But this is dude named Idris. He was a very, very smart guy, but he's always talk weird. I don't mean to say the word weird, but he's always talk weird. Yes, bro, like very robotic. Yes, brother minister. Did you know that Prophet Muhammad said that, when you break bread with your fellow brother, it's like sitting down with your brother, and we like to sit down and talk and have a conversation and talk between the food in the cheek. You know what I mean? Like he said, food and cheek. Brother, would you like to come to my house so my wife Roxanne can cook us a meal and we can have food and cheek and talk and break bread together, my brother? Food and cheek. Oh, bro, I don't like the way you said that, dog. Like, Brother, you get what I'm saying? Because I always thought interest was kind of, you know what I mean? Food and cheek, break, bro, what the hell you talking about? Talking about food and cheeks and brother interest. Interest means teacher. He was just always on some scientific stuff. And when he talk, he always doing his fingers like this. Yes, brother. When I sit back and, brother, when my wife Roxanne cooked this bean pie, you have to understand, brother, it was certain ingredients that she put in this bean pie that the other MGT sisters in the nation, they don't know anything about. And if I was to share this ingredient with you, my brother, there's a great chance, because you are a smart brother, that the ingredients that was put in this bean pie, it will elevate you and take your mental state to another level, brother, because of the ingredients that my wife put inside of this bean pie, my brother. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you eat it, you will have to go in a form of solitude, go in a place where you can have solitude and you can think. Open up your Holy Quran to Surah 144, the chapter or whatever the case may be. Open up your Holy Quran, my brother, and read this verse right here. After you read this verse, lay out your prayer rug, my brother. Have the bean pie sitting right in front of you, brother, and you sit here and you meditate on the scriptures. Let the words massage the wavelengths of your brain, brother. The word of Almighty God, Allah. Let them massage the wavelength of your brain, my brother, so that the words can marinate and you could become one with the word, brother, while you're sitting in front of this beautiful bean pie that my wife Roxanne, man, nigga, what the hell you talking about? Man, I'm finna go. And listen, and he used to always get like that when he smoked some weed. When he smoked some weed, he's going to getting weird, bro, just talking all this crazy stuff. Nigga go to talking about space. Nigga go to talking about ingredients in bean pies. He want to talk about the molecules in the water. You know what I mean? He want to talk about yes, brother. The black man is the original man, brother. When the white man was created by Yaqub, brother. When our brother Yaqub went to the island of Pelon and he created the white man. Do you know that was a 600-year process to take a black man black man from black to white, brother, on the island of Pelon? And this is how the white race came. I'm like, bro, listen, Idris, I don't want to hear this shit today. Dog, I'm finna go. I can't smoke weed with you. You blowing my high right now. You get what I'm saying? Nigga just blowing my high, bro. Nigga just blowing my high. Shout out to Retro. He said we must overstand, my brother, and feel the synergy. Hey, listen. This, all jokes aside, this is exactly how he used to talk. This, this is more chain gainish, like a dude from the Chain Gang in the prison and stuff like that. But he was very similar to this, brother, but more. He was more scientific.
We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate, to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumvent, circumcise the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
Bro, but he was a little bit more smoother with it. Yes, brother. Do you know, brother, that when Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings be upon him, my brother, when we marched the devils, he talked about how we marched the devils 1,400 miles over the Arabian sun, my brother, over the Arabian desert, my brother, and they had blisters on their feet, my brother. This is what we was able to do. Bro, he started talking about the hadiths. He started, sayings of the prophet. Bro, he was really good at quoting surahs out of the Quran. He was really good at that. He used to memorize this stuff. Bro, he go to talk about the Bible. Niggas go to talk about science, aliens, space shuttles. Brother, you do know that brown sugar is the original sugar, and white sugar is grafted from the brown sugar, my brother. Anything that's white is not good. This is why in the Nation of Islam, my brother, brother Lieutenant, I'm pretty sure you already know this, my brother, but in the Nation of Islam, we don't use white flour, we use brown flour. We don't use white sugar, we use brown sugar, because the white sugar is not the original form. It's been grafted from the original sugar, like the white man was grafted from the black man. So so there was a 600-year process that brought about the white race from the black race. Now, we wasn't even called black people at this time. Black and white is a social construct that came about, what is it, in the 1800s? I want to say the 1800s, if I'm not mistaken. Right, somewhere up in there. It's a social construct. We wouldn't even call each other black people, right? Yes, brother. So out of the black man came the brown man. So it was the black man, and then the brown man was the Japanese man. Japanese people ain't brown. I mean, I'm brown. I'm really we really brown, but that's neither here nor there. To this day, I'm still confused. So the brown man came out of the black man, my brother, which was the Japanese, and then out of the brown man came the yellow man, which was the Chinese, and out of the yellow man came the white man. You see what I'm saying? So we was black. Then we went from black to brown, which is the Japanese man. We went from the brown man to the yellow man, which is the Chinese man, and we went from the Chinese man to the white man. Do you see, brother? That was a grafted process that they went through on the island of Pelan, and this is how the white race came about. Now I'm sitting there older now. I'm like, man, this shit don't make no goddamn sense. Like, how did I believe that dumbass shit? You get what I'm saying? How I believe that shit? Like. Hey, Food Revolution. She said that's true about sugar though, Cole. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Food Revolution. That is true. That is true. That is true now. That is true. That is true about sugar, and it is true about the flour. But you get what I'm saying. Hey, and we used to be sitting down smoking weed. We used to be sitting down smoking weed too. Like, let me tell you something about weed. If y'all never smoked weed before, weed have you like in deep thought. Like you be like, God damn, boy, that shit sound deep. When you see the way that brother broke down the molecules of the bean pie. Like I didn't know that the bean, when you look at the bean pie, brother, we cook it in an aluminum pan, but we have to lace the aluminum pan with the special kind of paper that don't burn once you put it into the oven, because the molecules from the aluminum will accidentally seep into the ingredients of the bean pie, and you don't get the pie in its purest form, my brother. When we make the crust, we have to fold the crust with our hands. We don't get those those crusts that's already made that we buy at the grocery store. See, the MGTs, they're taught to make their crust from the pie from scratch. And when we use the brown sugar, you have to know the exact amount to put in there. And when you use the navy bean to make the bean pie, my brother, you have to make sure that this bean comes from the soils of Georgia. And this bean has to be in the ground for so many months, brother. And it has to get so much amounts of water in order to get the nutrients. So when the bean does come up from the earth, my brother, we get the richness within the bean pie, which as soon as you take a bite out of it, it immediately melts in your mouth, and the ingredients within that goes deep inside of the black man, because you are a melanated man, and it seeks inside of the melanin within the black man, and it takes your consciousness to a higher godlike level, my brother. Like this dude here was just so much, bro. I'm dead serious, brother Idris Muhammad. He was just so much, bro. He was just so much. I'm like, man, I'm so glad I got away from that crazy ass shit. I'm so glad I got away from that crazy ass shit, bro. I'm so glad I got away from that. But that shit, hey, the one Mr. Ham, I'm dead serious, fam. Man, Idris was crazy in the mug, bro. Very crazy in the mug, bro. Very crazy. Me, I'm kind of like, moon, stars, quasars. Whatever, man. I got to pay my rent. I'm finna go out here and sell this dope. Man. I'm finna go, you know what I mean? I got my pistol on me. I had a chrome black 357 with me. I had a 41 Magnum with me, on me. I like, bro, I'm finna go get me some. But when we sit down and smoke that, when you smoke weed had you in a Food Revolution say sounds like a recipe for diabetes. Yes, listen, there's a whole lot of people in the Nation of Islam got diabetes. Cause we was taught that the bean pie was the brown sugar was the best sugar, and you can't get diabetes. And I ain't gonna say nothing about it, so you couldn't get diabetes. But Hell, even Elijah Muhammad had diabetes. eating all them sugar ass bean pies. Them bean pies will kill you, dog. They good now, they good, but boy, them bean pies will kill you, bro. There's so many dudes in the Nation of Islam got doggone diabetes. He said the reason why I'm with the white woman is to kill their genetic code. Yeah, like all kind of justifications. All kind of justifications. He said, my brother, they wear that out too. Oh, hey, listen, you already know, like you know the flim flam. When you have a brother say, my brother, or he say, my good brother, I say, oh, there you go. When they say brother, my brother, shout out to Blue Blood, but Blue Blood say, yeah, you say, my dear brother, my dear brother, my dear brother. I said, oh, see, my dear brother, see, they try to disarm you with the dear brother. Once they hit you with the brother, they got you. They trying to disarm you with that. My dear brother, or my good brother. My good brother. Shout out my good brother. My brother Blood, he's a good brother. My brother, Mr. Ham, that's a good brother. See, brother, let me talk to you, brother. My good brother. You see what I'm saying? And I'm a brother you to death. I'm a brother you to death. Next thing you know, hey, I got to go to feeling bad, all warm and fuzzy inside. Damn, man, he is calling me brother, man. Damn, okay, man. Brother, we need a donation, brother. Can you give to the cause, brother? Brother, can you give to the cause? Brother, listen here, brother. How you think heaven ain't gonna get built in a day, brother? How you think it's gonna happen, brother? We need money, we need dollars. Well, that's why I'm trying to go to this white man's job, because I need to get money. Brother, we need money, brother. We're trying to build a nation, brother. You gotta make sacrifices. Sacrifices? Brother, how much your rent is? I think my rent at the time was $1,000 a month. No, that's a lie. It wasn't $1,000 a month. I think my rent at the time was $800, something like that. We're talking about 1993, right? Brother, if you donate to the cause, donate that brother money to the cause, brother, Allah will bless you tenfold, brother. We're trying to build heaven right here on earth. Did you send money to the number 2 poor? Which you got, that's the money that you sent to Chicago to Mr. Farrakhan. Brother, did you donate to the nation building fund? We're trying to build the nation. We got farmland that we're trying to buy in Georgia so that we can feed our nation. You can't have a nation without having land. I don't know nobody in the nation that own any of the land outside of probably Minister Farrakhan or his family. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so brother, bro, if the brother run the game on you so smooth, you end up giving him your rent money. Allah gonna bless you tenfold. You a good brother. And they edify you. Man, you better go get a white folks that goddamn rent money, man. Mess with these niggas, y'all gonna be homeless. You gonna be homeless mess with these niggas, man. Anyways, man. You said 44 mad really cool? No, not a 44. A 40. I had a 41. I had a 41. Not a 44 mag. I had a 41 caliber. I had a 41 caliber, similar to a 9, but yeah. But you get what I'm saying though? Hey, knocked out 305 say he said that back-end money. Yeah, the back-end money was Allah gonna bless you. What the money won't fall out the sky? he said, yeah, we fam. He said, yeah, we fam as much as you call me good brother. hey, blood. Hey, my good brother. I said, yeah, but soon as you say that there, boy, oh man. And then they're gonna run in that guilt trip on you. Next thing you know, you don't gave up your rent money. You don't went back home to your girl. Oh, baby, you paid the rent? I ain't paid the rent yet. What you mean? Why you ain't paid the rent yet? Man, brother Idris, baby, he taught me in the giving money to the building foundation. Pay the number 2 porters in Chicago to Mr. Farrakhan. What the hell you mean? Why you gave him my rent money? Baby, Allah gonna bless us tenfold. We gotta make sacrifices, babe. We gotta make sacrifices. And they're gonna talk you in the boy, I'm trying to tell you, but hey, bro, I'm trying to tell you, but that's how I go, man. Hey, let's give everybody a round of applause one more time. Nigga don't Hey, hey, that's why I say, man, y'all gotta stay away from that black shit, bro. That pro black shit, y'all stay away from that shit, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro, nigga, I don't give thousands of dollars. I don't give thousands of dollars, bro. I don't give a nigga $6,000 and ain't even getting money to my mama. I'm dead serious, bro. Like, you know, I don't nigga, I don't got hustled all kind of ways. He said, yeah, my good brother. I'll stick up for Floyd Mayweather. Hey, yeah, yo, you get what I'm saying though? Like, man, shit, that good brother shit can't have your ass broke. He said don't broke up and happy. True. Hey, the what Mr. Hell say, knock down 305, say don't broke up a happy home. Yeah, man, you know, broke up a happy home, dog. A whole happy home, bro. I'm trying to tell you, dog, bro. Hey, listen, man. Hey, this is why I talk the way I talk to. When I be on the boxing show, dog, when y'all see me snapping, you gotta understand, dog, because I'm still having withdrawals. I'm still having withdrawals from a lot of this pseudo foolishness and then dealing with these low-level niggas in boxing. So some days I just, hey, blood, man, I was looking at some of your old videos from like 2007, bro. Some research I done, bro. You was the most hated dude in boxing, bro. Like this dude right here, a blood boxing, bro. He was hated. He was hated back then, bro. Oh man, bro. I was talking to the boxing in the store, and he told me that. He said, yeah, man. He told me that too, because I was doing something. I was like, God damn, bro, blood was, I ain't know that. He said, yeah, man, blood was. No, you was that guy back then. You was that guy like back then, and I think said you was hated a lot by a certain crew. You know, once you once you made your move, you know. Hey, Food Revolution, I'm just trying to say, man, like, you know, bro, some brothers got some real good, some brothers got some real good game. What is that? You say my channel was suspended. Yeah. Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Yeah, back then. Hey, Con, what you say? You say blood was targeted quite a bit back then. I was like, God damn, boy. Yeah, man. So y'all, sometimes y'all see me snapping, man. I be, man. You like, I like yesterday. I don't know what it was, dog. Yesterday, I was just real irritated. You know, I was just real irritated yesterday, man. I said, I'm tired of these niggas, man. I'm tired of the day I ain't playing today. Tired of these niggas, man. These niggas always goddamn tired of this shit. You know, they get on my goddamn nerve. And you know, I'm a guy, I ain't got no patience. And I'm very quick tempered. So, you know, I go from 0 to 60 real quick. And I wish I wasn't, I'm not gonna lie, I wish I wasn't like that. That's the one thing I don't like about me. I wish I was more of a less reactive. You get what I'm saying? I wish I was more I don't know, man. I can't, but you know, but it feel good snapping sometimes. See, he say, he said that good brother. He said that good brother me to death, and it worked. You get what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm like, man, fuck this shit, man. These niggas gonna get it. I don't give a damn. It's whatever today. You know what I mean? It's just some days you feel like that. Some days you feel like that, man. You be like, man, damn, man, fuck that. And I feel like that a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like that a lot. I had to smoke two. I had really got to smoke two just to calm down. One joint ain't working for me no more. One joint ain't working for me no more. Not when I'm irritated. Not when I'm irritated. Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. Let's give everybody a good night, man. Shout out to my main man, Retro Boston and Documentaries. Salute to my sister, Food Revolution, man. Much love, sis. You always show support. You always have for a long time. Shout out to Con Shonery. Shout out to Ben Adams, Cool Bud Curry, the one Mr. Ham, Lady Shan, Carmen Serene, who was here. Shout out to Arlette. Shout out to Knockdown 305. Who else we have in the building? Shout out to Dr. Paul Evans. Shout out to the little green eyes piece. She was here as well. Lisa Bells was here. Who else we have in the building? Shout out to Thomas Jones. He was here as well. Salute to who else we have? My sister Bless 365. Hey, hey, I'm Blessed say hi, Coach Malachi, aka Mr. Flash a lot. Yeah, no, I just be yeah, you know, I got a quick temper, man. I need help. I ain't gonna lie. I think I need to see a psychiatrist for real though. I got a quick temper. I do. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I admit I need help. I do need help. Shout out to Goozy. Shout out to Goozy. Shout out to Goozy. I need help, but until the end, I'm cussing these niggas out. True. Till the end, I'm cussing these motherfuckers out. Fuck them. Till the end, everybody getting cussed out. Hey, I heard blood doing it. Blood, listen, I say, God, hey, y'all think I'm bad. Blood worse than he way worse than me. Boy, you gotta listen to some of his old videos. Boy, he be snapping, bro. I don't give a damn about none of that. You know what I mean? Anybody want to smoke, you come to Gates. My name Marlon such and such. You know what I mean? And you ain't gonna do. Oh, I'm like, God damn, bro. Shit, blood made me look like a nice guy. Anyways, man, shout out to Ben Adams, man. It is what it is, man. Midnight conversations, midnight conversations, man. You know, where expectations meet reality, man. Much love to everybody. It is what it is, man. We up out of this BI. Shout out to Cool Bud Curry as well.